Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Last three, the first two of those by 1 point to Huron and Aberdeen Central, and then last week a 35-0 drop to the Yankton Bucks. Of course, the Governors lost to Yankton 35-7 on homecoming night a couple of weeks ago. Last week it was the O'Gorman Knights who beat the Govs by the score of 42-14. So something's got to give as Pierre and Sturgis get together here in Sturgis. Brian Oakland alongside with William Wilson. He'll run the show in studio. Caleb Brozick, as per usual, runs camera for Live Ticket. Jody Brozick does production on our video tonight as well. And alongside, we'll be joined by Trent Merkwan to give us some color analysis from the expert point of view. And let's go to Merk right away. Coach Trent, you got a team in the Governors that's really hungry for a win. It's been a long time since the Govs have had even a two-game slide, let alone 4 games, but a team that's just trying to get a little bit better and better. And right now with parity in 11 AA, all they've got to do is get hot at the right time. And I think maybe tonight might be an opportunity to see if they can't start getting on the a good roll again here.
You know, with 4 losses and consecutive losses, the confidence of the Governors got to be shaken just a bit. You know, leadership becomes a huge role in tonight's game. To get back on track, you got to have some leaders, and if you don't think that they're shook, you're wrong, and you haven't played sports very much. That winning track has to start tonight. You can't make a run deep in the playoffs coming off of losses and backing your way in. They need to win their way out. It for sure get 2 of the next 3 to make that playoff run. You got the best coaches in the state, you know, instilling his cast. And that does play a huge role, and I know he's going to put people in positions to make this run and make this run deep in the playoffs. It's unfortunate, though, that anything short of a state championship is considered a failure in Governor football. I don't know if that's always fair. That's not a fair outlook to win every year, but that's the expectation, and that's what people expect to happen.
But it's not going to be easy tonight. I think on paper you've got a couple of teams that really are very evenly matched. A couple of 2 and 4 teams. Sturgis has been very close. They could just as well be a 4 and 2 team, losing 2 games by 1 point. So you've got a team in the Scoopers hosting the Govs tonight, and they got to be feeling like they've got a pretty good chance to get another W tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sturgis is coming into this game thinking that they can win this game. You know, they did beat a Rapid City Stevens team a while back, and anytime you beat a AAA team, you've done some things right. So if we don't play good, we will get beat.
We'll see how it goes. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll get into our Bank West pregame show. It'll be Bank West for the best. We'll start with keys to success tonight. We're going to hear from the coaches with Chris Koletsky of the Sturgis Scoopers, of course, Steve Steele. Coming up, we'll do starting lineups, and then given time, we'll run around the class run around the state in Class 11 AA, check up on the state of football. We still have a full Bank West pregame show coming up as the Pierre Governors are on the road here from Sturgis and Woodall Field. We're back in 3 minutes for Pierre Governor Football, your official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Skilled general service technician to join our dynamic team. If you're passionate about automotive service and looking for a rewarding career, we want to hear from you. 2 to 4 years required minimum related experience and or training. Flag rate or hourly options available, 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym and more. Contact Dave Lemieux at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotaststormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as a basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 an hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 3. That's 833-605-5483, extension 3, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Sturgis, and once again, just another gorgeous night for football. And those who are on the road, maybe making their trip or wherever you're going this weekend, doesn't matter the reason, but the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team. They remind us all to buckle up every trip, every time, no matter how far. That reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Believe it or not, 1 year of Friday nights ago was the game that the Governors played in T, and it was 35 degrees, 35-mile-an-hour winds. It was cold and rainy, and we happened to be on top of the press box that night. Sean Lewis, if you're listening, you remember that, don't you? But tonight, it's about 65 degrees right now in Sturgis. It's going to be down into the upper 50s by the time this game comes to an end. Little bit of a breeze, but just another beautiful night for high school football. Going to start with the coaches' conversations and keys to success here in our BankWest pregame show. And speaking with Coach Steve Steele, our keys to success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Yes, the Governors get back at it on the road at Sturgis, but talking with Coach Steve Steele about last Friday's loss against the O'Gorman Knights. And, Coach, you're one AAA opponent of the season, and, obviously things have gone a little bit on the downside, and things that maybe Governor fans still aren't quite used to, and now a 4-game losing streak. But aside from one guy on the field for the O'Gorman Knights, all in all, there's still some positives that you're taking off of that game, especially with how many injuries you've been picking up along the way now.
Yeah, and I think our offense played, much, much better. I mean, that's a good defense. I mean, they've held number 1 and 2 teams in AAA to, 14 and 20 points. So being able to put up 14 on a really good defense like that's good momentum for our offense. Carter Merrill ran really, really well. Caleb had a really good game taking care of the football. So, I mean, I think there was a lot of positives on that side, and, we're thankful that Sullivan Schlingen's not on any other team.
But then again, with the injuries that keep mounting, unfortunately, I mean, what's it been like as a coaching staff to try to put some piecemeal patchwork thing together out there?
Yeah, it's been a challenge in that sense, and it's one of those things where, you're trying to get work done but not risk injury, which is a challenge to still prepare to be physical and to do all the things that you need to do to win a football game without having any risk of injury. So we've cross-trained a lot of guys. There's been a lot of people getting a lot of reps in different places. Just, it's one of those years where you're kind of saying, well, what if this, what if this, what if this, and just trying to have answers for all of them, because it's a challenging year. When you're down the people we're down, to be able to find people to replace them and replace everybody at different positions.
Well, and that's the thing, too. It's always been the next man up mentality around here, and the kids are finding out that they'd better be ready, even if they are second or third on the depth chart.
Yeah, and the toughest part about a lot of it is just the chemistry within. On the offensive line, you play well as a unit, and when you replace one part of the unit, even if they come in ready to go, it's still, they're going to fit a little bit differently. And I think that's been kind of the key on the offensive line, is being able to find the new set of five, and what's the right mixture and position for each group of that five. And we're finding the same thing on defense right now, where with Cooper's spot, that it's not just about finding the next best guy to put in, it's finding the next best combination of pieces that fit together.
All right, Sturgis Scoopers this week, a team that they've had a couple of wins, but they've lost a few in a row, and of course they found out Yankton was a pretty good team, just like you did last week. But this is a team that I think is indicative of the parity of AA, and you just don't know what team you're going to get sometimes.
Yeah, and the fun part of AA is that there's not going to be a freebie. We found out last week with some of the scores that teams you think should win a game don't always win a game. So there's a reason you play them, and this is no different. And we've got to show up. We've got to play really well today. And again, no wins are easy this year in AA, and we've got to go earn it.
It's a team that went 6-3 last year. Obviously, they lost quite a bit from that team, but still have a lot of people back this year. What are the good things about what you see from Sturgis?
Yeah, Sturgis is tough up front. They've got a pretty solid group of O-linemen. They like to play physical. You can see that in the film. And they've got a really good running back. He's one of the better ones we've seen, we think, on film, and should be an interesting challenge for us tonight. Okay, so with the defense that you put together, do you key on that, or is it still obviously worrying about what they're doing, being able to throw the ball as well? Yeah, they can throw some. I mean, we've got to really be good to take away the running back, and then they're a really good screen team, so we've got to have guys with their eyes open, ready for those different screens that they'll throw from different angles.
It's a team you didn't see them last year. You saw them 2 years ago in the postseason. Is there a lot of similarities still with that team from what you remember then?
Yeah, most of their stuff seems pretty similar to back then. New faces and new places, but not a ton different. But I think the coaching staff does do a good job of understanding the strengths. I think back then they were a little bit better passing team, a little bit more of a power read style offense. So similar plays, but I think they're now, you can tell that their feature players, the running back. So it's the same stuff, but they're calling, the majority of what they're calling may change a little bit.
All right. Defensively, what are the biggest challenges you find from them?
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that likes to bring the heat, especially if they can get you to third and, that medium to long. They really like to force the issue there and try and get some turnovers. They can be susceptible to some big plays in those situations, but I think at the same point they also force, it's a big risk reward from them. So we've got to make sure our guys up front are communicating, especially if we get to those situations. But best case scenario, we just don't put ourselves in them.
And I think keys to success right now at this point is you find this as a winnable game, but it doesn't mean that it's an easy one going in, because their record and your record are very similar here. So it's all about execution tonight.
It is, and I think the biggest thing is just early confidence on offense. We've had really good drives the last two games to start the game. I think we got 4 first downs against O'Gorman and 4 against Yankton, but 0 points. And I think most importantly, we've got to find a way to score early in this game for our offense and, get a lead. We haven't had a lead in a few games, too. So those will both be big things just in terms of the mindset and confidence of the team.
All right. Get comfortable early, Coach. Good luck, all right?
Thanks.
There's Steve Steele, the Governor head coach. Coach's comments and keys to success in our River 92.7 broadcast brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. As we step aside to hear from them, we'll speak with Chris Koletsky of the Sturgis Scoopers when we return with more keys to success. This is Governor Football.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new, innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128, for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, our keys to success will continue. We are with Chris Koletsky, the head coach of the Sturgis Scoopers. And, Coach, coming into this next game against the Pierre Governors, the way things have been going, I look, I've actually been away for a couple of weeks, but I see you've had a couple of one-point losses that had to be heartbreakers. You found out also last week kind of what Pierre found out, that the Yankton Bucks are a pretty good football team. 35-0 loss to them, but all in all, I think there's still this thing about parity in 11 AA that makes any game a winnable game, don't you think?
Yeah, just kind of a crazy season the way things have worked out as far as some of the close scores around AA, and not one single team necessarily, maybe pulling away from everybody else, but those one-point losses for us were hard lessons. And, going down to Yankton, we know they have a very talented, explosive team, but their tempo gave us some problems. So now we're just trying to refocus this week and have a positive attitude and get better.
Just out of curiosity, when you have to travel about 500 miles, how difficult is that to play a game down in Yankton in that case?
Well, you always try to mix things up to find a winning formula. I thought a couple of times where we went out to Huron, we played well. I don't think going down to Yankton was necessarily a mental aspect as far as us getting to the beach. As far as executing physically, that was kind of the issue. So it's tough. I don't know if any coach has the winning formula as far as driving down that day and getting ready to play a football game.
But now you get the Pierre Governors in, and it seems like a different Pierre team. I mean, they're dealing with injuries and things like that, and I imagine you're approaching this game as maybe a little bit different outlook than in recent past years against Pierre teams.
Well, it's still the same scheme on offense and defense. We know they're coached very well, and it's a great program, so we know all those challenges that those are going to bring. So we just need to focus on what we need to do to prepare to play for a Pierre game that's a team that's very physical. Because yes, you look at their scheme and stuff, it's unique, but ultimately to compete with Pierre, it's going to come down to physicality.
You've got health issues at all, or they're dealing with injuries. How about the Scoopers?
Well, we had a couple kids out for concussion last week. They're working their way back. It's just that time of year for everybody, to be honest. So other guys got to step up, and we're kind of in a similar situation with some of our guys too.
All right, things that have been working well offensively, maybe especially. What do you expect to be able to do against the Pierre defense that has been pretty good all season?
Yeah, for us, it starts with our run game, and Pierre knows that. So that's going to be a challenge for us to be able to run the football with their 5-minute front there, their 3-4 they play, and how aggressive they are. So it'll be interesting to see if we can create some lanes for our running back, Sully, give him some opportunities. We're going to have to mix up the pass with our quarterback. Carter's going to have to make some throws to our receivers, and that's kind of been a challenge this year.
All right, defensive keys then against the Govs?
Really, with Pierre, it just comes down to trying to negate, the trenches and trying to win some of those battles, just not giving up the huge plays over the top.
And then I suppose we're talking keys to success. Maybe have you given up plays or been able to make plays through special teams as well as field position? Kind of where it all begins for you sometimes.
Yeah, our kickoff return squad struggled last week with the speed. We just weren't ready for that. That's something we got to be better at. As far as our other special teams, they've done fairly well. We know with Coach Fleischner. That's going to be a big challenge with what Pierre brings on their special teams for sure.
All right. Hey, Coach, appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck tonight and the rest of the way, okay?
You bet. Thank you.
And our thanks to Chris Koletsky for his time and comments and keys to success that are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Koletsky for the Governors, or for the Scoopers. Of course, Coach Steve Steele for the Governors, giving us his keys a little bit earlier as well. Time for a 3-minute break. We'll come back, give you the starting lineups as we inch closer to kickoff tonight. The Governors on the road at Woodle Field in Sturgis. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio, Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Back in Sturgis as the starting lineups coming up. They'll be brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. And it looks like we'll have our national anthem on the field first. So I think the first starting lineup we'll give to you is the naming of tonight's game officials. We'll do those real quick. Our game officials are the law on the field, and they're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Tonight's referee is Joe Martin, the umpire Alan Olson, along with Ron Erickson, James Doyle, and Ryan Lang. Our game officials, Joe Martin, Alan Olson, Ron Erickson, James Doyle, and Ryan Lang. Thanks to them for doing what is oftentimes a thankless job. Thanks to them for being our law on the field. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll give you those starting lineups for both teams next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Every day you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax return, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information such as bank or credit card account numbers, social security numbers, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think someone has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The Garage Doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
This is Coach Scott Nye from your Pierre Governors and the team at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, where we focus on coaching something just as important, your finances. Everyone needs guidance through life's key financial decisions and challenges, not to mention the opportunity to feel confident that their retirement strategy will help them pursue the lifestyle they've dreamed about. As you're looking for the right team to assist you, we're right up the street and ready to provide you the help that can make all the difference. Contact our Pierre office today by visiting rankygray.com.
Skilled general service technician to join our dynamic team. If you're passionate about automotive service and looking for a rewarding career, we want to hear from you. 2 to 4 years required minimum related experience and or training. Flag rate or hourly options available, 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym, and more. Contact Dave Lemieux at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information.
We're back in Sturgis. Here come the starting lineups in our game tonight. The Governors against the Sturgis Scoopers. Meeting the Scoopers first, starting at quarterback, will be a senior 190-pounder in Carter Williams, along with a running back behind him, and Coach Steele calls him a good one. Sullivan Jost, we'll call him Sully, throughout the evening, a 180-pound junior. Slot receiver is Jesse Lane, a senior at 160. Wideouts will be Tegan Wormstead, the senior, Cole Litzen, a junior. And on the line, the center is George Hamer, a senior 190-pounder. Gunnar Sarkala is the left guard, a senior. Miles Voigt, a senior, also on the right guard. And the rest of the offensive line is also seniors. The tackles are Connor Schmidt and Noah Schaefer's. Schaefer's a big one at 285. Dalen Jashak, the tight end, a senior at 205. On the defensive side, of the nose tackle spot, it'll be Aaron Morovitz, a 265-pound senior. Tice Uherka, a defensive tackle, 275, and a junior. Gunnar Sarkala starts both ways. He'll be a defensive end along with Robert Sperling, a 190-pound junior. Linebackers in the middle, it'll be Calvin Kettleson, a 165-pound senior. Jake Krogh and Zoel Irian, a sophomore, and Krogh, a senior. Irian, a sophomore, are the other linebackers on the outside. The defensive backfield on the corners will have Jackson Kano, a junior at 160, along with Tegan Wormstead, going both ways in the starting lineup tonight. The strong safety is Cade Wilnard, a senior, and Brody Royer, a junior, playing free safety for the Sturgis Scoopers and their head coach, Chris Koletsky. Your Envirotech starting lineups for the Governors look like this to start, with Caleb Lounsbury, the junior quarterback. Trevor Rounds is in at fullback, a senior, along with Carter Merrill, the junior, who has been running quite well of late for the Govs. The wideouts are still senior George Stalley and sophomore Carter Shufflebine, with Aiden Beam starting in place of Cooper Terwilliger, the 190-pound junior, at the tight end spot. The center is Zayden Rounds, a big senior, along with Jacob Mickinen in the guard spot, a senior. Baxter Schrempf, an outside guard, and a senior. The nub guard is Max Bogenhagen, the junior. Ty Michael is in at a senior at the tackle spot as well. Defensively, the Governors still on the nose with Johnny Sharon, the sophomore. Ty Michael and Jacob Mickinen are the defensive tackles. E.J. Bucci comes in at an outside linebacker, the senior at 225, along with Lincoln Schonard, the smaller junior, on the other side. The linebackers in the middle are Max Hunsley and Coulter Babcock, both seniors. Carson Stoser, the senior. Porter Hunsley, the freshman, are the cornerbacks. Kellen Hansen, the senior, the strong safety. Sutton Sonnenschein, the sophomore, plays free safety and starts in place of the injured Hudson Schaefer. For head coach Steve Steele and assistant coaches Matt Thorson, Scott Nye, Adam Spohr, Dan the Magic Man Machachok, Jeff Schleckaway, Brevin Kaiser, Duncan Trout, Josh Schleisner, Slice, Ryan Royer, and Gene Radinger. Your starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's hear from them, and we'll hear from Comtech as well. We'll be kicking it off when we come back with Pierre Governor Football, your official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech sponsors our opening kickoff coming up in just a little bit. They'll enact the coin toss on the field right now as you watch this one at drgnews.com. And the River 92.7 page, you'll see the Governors in their home whites with the green numbers, green helmets, white pants tonight as well. It's white on white against black on black with the Sturgis Scoopers. Their black jerseys, black pants, white numbers, and they'll have the black helmets with the red lettering on it as well. Sturgis wins and has elected to defer the opening kick, so the Governors will receive, and we'll see which way they go as Pierre will return from. And Yankton are all 4-2. Aberdeen is the 6th power rated team at 3-3. The Governors are 7th at 2-4, a PowerPoint average ranking ahead of Huron, who is also 2-4 in the 8th spot. Mitchell 1-5. The Sturgis Scoopers are 2-4. Believe it or not, could just as well be 4-2 in my opinion. But they are right now on the outside looking in, which makes this game that much bigger for the Scoopers in their quest to make the playoff picture. Douglas is 0-6 and on the outside looking in. Schedule has Pierre at Sturgis tonight. Couple of big games, including T at Watertown and Yankton at Brookings. Out west here, it's Douglas at Spearfish, and up in Aberdeen, the Golden Eagles host the Huron Tigers. Mitchell has the AAA opponent tonight as they host the Brandon Valley Lynx. And Trent Merkwan, as we get ready to kick this one off, I was just talking about the standings there in Sturgis being on the outside looking in. This is a huge game for them all of a sudden.
Yeah, definitely. If they can win this game, it turns the tables to Sturgis and Pierre there. And Sturgis is completely capable of winning this game. Special teams, which we haven't talked about much, could play a big role in this game tonight, especially with the wind blowing at 12 to 15 mile an hour right now. Pierre's going to start off going into that wind, and we got a fair catch call.
Fair catch right away is a high end over end kick from the Sturgis kicker, Elliott Smith, and that is taken by Sutton Sonnenschein, and the Governors will start ahead of their 20-yard line, and they'll be at the 23. So again, a nice night for football, and the Governors, they've been picking up first downs according to Coach Steve Steele, and on their opening drives the last couple of games they haven't been able to put points on the board. I think a quick start and a productive start, putting points on the board, will be big here if they can do that in their opening possession. Heading right to left as you watch this one against the colors. Beautiful colorful backdrop here in the Northern Hills. The first give to Carter Merrill, and he goes nowhere. In fact, gets dropped for maybe a loss of a yard. And Sturgis is there. Robert Sperling in on the stop. Actually, they'll go no gain for Carter Merrill. Second down and 10. You can hear the PA over our heads here a little bit to get a little bit extra call on this one tonight. Carter Merrill, the deep back behind Caleb Lounsbury in the pistol. Wideouts both sides. They'll stay on the ground with Merrill. They'll start to the left. slipped the first tackle, but wrapped up once again. This Sturgis defense already proving to be pretty opportunistic.
Yeah, and you know, Carter was lucky to hang on to that ball right there. He almost fumbled it. They hit him, but he just had received the handoff, and they were in the backfield and hit him. They definitely came to play here in this first series so far in these first 2 plays.
Scoopers fired up, 3 down linemen, make it 4. Here comes the rush. Lounsbury goes over the middle. He'll overshoot George Stalley. Nice toss, but just a little bit long, but it, of course, a little bit hurried because of the rush by Robert Sperling coming out on the right side. So a 3 and out for the Governors, as they'll have to punt it away, picking up only a yard on their opening drive of the night.
You know, and George broke open at the last second there. It's too bad he just didn't put a little bit more under the on that ball. I mean, a little bit more air underneath that ball, and that would have been a completion.
Here's Carter Templeton, the punter, gets one away, but this is high against the wind, and it will fall. Actually muffed by the Scoopers, and the Governors will fall on it. I didn't see a fair catch call. Didn't matter anyway. The Governors didn't impede progress or anything, and Pierre gets a recovery at the 44-yard line. I want to say it may be 23. Kea Ducheneau, who fell on that loose ball.
You know, and
the
there's
Scoopers unable to haul in that punt.
And there's that wind playing a role already in special teams. He had to come up 15 to 20 yards to try to catch that ball. He probably should have just let it hit the ground.
So a turnover here for the Scoopers on the fumble, and the Governors in better shape. They'll go to the air on first down, and it's a quick hitter out to Lincoln Dilgis on the near side. Lounsbury hits his first pass of the night as he'll cross the 50-yard line right down in front of us. He'll be close to a first down. Looks like he may have it with the spot at the 46-yard line of the Sturgis Scoopers.
Gotta love Lounsbury with that tight spiral, you know, crosswind throw. If that ball's not tight spiraled, it doesn't go to where it's supposed to. Nice job by Caleb Lounsbury.
So on the near hash mark, the Governors with a new breath of life here. A first down pickup, 2 wide to the far side. Dilgis still on the near side. Lounsbury goes to the short route. It's Merrill, and he's got another first down. Nice short route pass, but caught inside the 40-yard line. He turns it upfield and inside the 35 to the 33 as Merrill catches one for 13 yards.
You know, great protection there for Caleb. He didn't have anybody in his face, not even close. Great job by the Pierre offensive line.
By himself is Lounsbury in the backfield. Iffy snap, but he gets it, and now throws underneath once again, and after they hit, this ball is jarred loose. Sturgis will pick it up and turn over the Governors. And the Scoopers with Calvin Kettleson. That was a hit on George Stalley at the 32-yard line. A clean catch and a football move. So Sturgis, who muffed the punt and lost the possession a few plays ago, will take it right back. And they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. So unfortunately, the Governors unable to take advantage. Stalley just took a clean hit right there, and he just lost the football. You got to give Sturgis a lot of credit in what they've shown defensively, especially stepping up after losing that first possession. 9:58 to play, quarter number 1, no score as of yet. Here's our first look at the Scooper offense under the direction of Carter Williams, but Sully Jost, the featured back, and he gets the first down handoff, and he'll be brought down. First hit by Lincoln Schoenhardt to the 50-yard line.
You know, there was great blocking on the right side of the Sturgis line there, pushing the Governors back a little bit. I think maybe there was even a double team. Kind of missed it, but definitely pushed the Governors back and gained 5 yards on first down. That's a good first down.
Yeah, we'll give them 6 to the 50, right at midfield, and we are right on the 50-yard line. If you're watching this one, Sturgis in their blacks are heading left to right. Williams will empty the backfield. They'll get a little swing pass out. It's missed. Peter Pye out of the backfield, backup running back. But right there, the Governors were. Elijah Bucci, the big 225-pound linebacker, is probably what Peter Pye had on his mind instead of catching that football. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Clock is running, but it was an incomplete pass, as it turns out. 9 minutes left to go. First quarter. 3 eligible receivers to the left side. Nobody to the short side here. Here comes Pye once again, and a delay. Just a little stutter step as he waits for the block to materialize, and he needs 4 for a first down. That's what he's got. It looks like a first down pickup into Pierre territory at the 46-yard line.
Ooh, I don't know if they gave him the first down.
Well, they haven't moved the chains yet, but from where the nose of the football is, it's halfway between.
I'm surprised they're not calling for a measurement.
Yeah.
I think you can ask for one.
Yeah, Sturgis fans. 4th and milli-inches, the PA guy says. That's a good way to put it. Well, the Governors get a chance, but they jump. And one of the Governors got a helmet-on-helmet hit on the center, who goes backwards and end over end, but this will be encroachment against the Governors and a first down pickup for the Scoopers. I think they were supposed to have the first down anyway, to be quite honest, but this one will put it to the 41 instead of the 46.
You know, and we're putting quite a few guys right up front on the line of scrimmage, sometimes 5, sometimes 6, to try to stop that run, but they're sure doing a nice job picking everybody up.
Bunch the line up, everybody kind of piled right in, a loaded backfield. Pye is the deep man, and they'll fake it to him. Williams wants to throw. He goes far side into double coverage, but will overthrow his intended receiver. Number 14, the tight end, Dalen DeShock. Sutton Sonnenschein, the safety. Carter Shufflebein off of the corner out there. Sturgis perhaps fortunate to have an incomplete pass that time. Second and 10 over the incomplete pass. And again, the clock is running on incomplete passes. I guess they got some other plans here for later on tonight. It's a 6 o'clock Mountain Time kickoff, as it turns out. Near hash mark, man in motion. That's Cole Litzen, one of the wideouts. Fake it, and the quarterback will keep it here, but here comes Max Hunsley. And the linebacker will drop the QB for a loss on this one. Initially hit back at the 43-yard line.
Nice job by the Governor defensive line there. Push Sturgis back and you know, basically get into their backfield and cause that quarterback some trouble. Blocking at point of attack for Sturgis there was not real good.
3rd and 12 now. One constant it's been, even though it's a 4-game losing streak, yes, the Govs have given up points, but the defense is still a pretty solid unit for the Govs. And they're looking for a big play coming up here on 3rd and double figures. Empty backfield, 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right, our side. Ball's in between the hash marks. Williams going to throw quickly here, but to Tegan Wormstadt, but he short hops it. Wormstadt misses this one. That's incomplete, and we'll see what Sturgis decides to do from the 43 of the Governors.
Carter Williams is the Scooper punter.
They will elect to punt. 0 for 3 for Carter Williams, throwing the football early on. Williams, the quarterback, is the punter. Boy, he's got a good one here. This bounces at the 1-yard line and into and through the end zone. That's not quite what he was looking for, but a very respectable effort, a 43-yard punt. But 23 yards net as the Governors will get the touchback, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 6:17 to play. We're in the first. No score yet. Sturgis muffed a punt. The Governors recovered it, but the Governors 3 plays later, after a couple of first downs picked up, also fumbled and lost. So a turnover each. Here we'll try on their 3rd offensive possession here with Caleb Lounsbury.
Under center.
Coming in under center. That's exactly where I was going with that. A bit of a surprise. Nope, he'll back off now. No, he won't. He's under center. Stalley in motion. Let's pitch it back, but we've got a flag that's thrown. Merrill with a big run here, 40 to the 50 to the 40 of Sturgis. He'll be caught up to and run down. It's a big play for the Governors, but it's not going to count as a flag was thrown by the referee in an illegal shift. Back in the backfield, apparently 2 players were moving at the time of the snap of the football. Stalley was in motion. I don't know who the other guy was who was in motion.
You know, that's too bad. That was quite a run. He picked the hole and exploded through it, and you know, you comes back to penalties and doing things right, and normally Pierre does that. Doesn't cause themselves shots in the foot like that.
-5 back to the 15. I'm going to guess that it might have been Caleb Lounsbury moving up under center. Maybe didn't get himself set for a second before they snapped the football. Along with Stalley, who was in motion there. So between the hash marks, it's 1st and 15. Merrill, who's been running great, they finally gave him some room to run on a toss sweep. See if they go back to something like that. They'll stay with a straight give this time, but up the middle, and the Scoopers are doing their job, plugging the holes just a yard to the 16 here for Carter Merrill.
You know, and Carter on the last play in that big run, after he got tackled downfield, he took kind of a big shot right underneath the chin. He might be a little shook.
He got tackled by the shoe tops at what would have been at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, the second guy that came in behind him gave him quite a shot.
Lounsbury backs up in the shotgun here, 2nd and 14. Rolling out, throwing out there, and Dilges cannot reach it as this one led a little bit too far to the sideline.
It's 3rd down for Pierre.
So Lounsbury now 3 for 5, 23 yards unofficially, but 3rd and 14. The situation coming for the Govs. It's interesting, they've had some nice pass plays for first downs. Of course, they had that one big run that was called back, but other than that, Sturgis defense is certainly up to the task. Still in between the hash marks. Quick clap, and Lounsbury will feel the rush again. Flushes out of the pocket. He comes this way, has the 20 with room. 25-30. Lounsbury still going to the 40. Pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line by Dalen DeShock. And Caleb Lounsbury showing the speed, which we really haven't seen at all this year.
You know, Lincoln Dill just had a great block there. I think they're going to call him for holding or something like that. But I didn't see the hold. I just thought it was a great block, but they're going to call him.
I didn't see a flag on the field. So the play came up to the 45-yard line. Stalley is who they call.
Okay.
Should be from the spot. We'll see where it is. So they've got it at the 27-yard. Did they mark it off already, I assume? So it turns into an advance of 11 yards. Did that penalty actually occur 21 yards upfield? 3rd down and 3 from the 27. That's a 10-yard penalty. I'm giving Lounsbury a 21-yard carry on that to the spot of the foul, though. Looks like 3rd and a long 3. Governors taking their time here. We are under 5 minutes to play. This is a quick fire over the middle. Stalley has it. Loses the first guy. Jukes and jives the next couple. Spins out of a 3rd attempt at a tackle. And then finally will make his way to the 39-yard line, falling forward to the 40. But it looks like they'll spot him with a 12-yard pickup at the 39 mark. That's exactly what the Governors expect out of George Stalley, the shiftiness that we saw on that particular play.
Yeah, definitely a little crossing route, got him open, got him the ball with a little bit of space, and George does what he does. I would like him to put the ball in the other hand, and I think he normally does that. He could have lost it again, and maybe that's why he lost it the first time. But
Governors are 1st and 10 at their own 39.
Here moves the chains with 4.5 to go. First quarter, no score yet. Out here in Sturgis, the wind seems to have died down, at least where we're at. Here's a pitch pass coming to Carter Shufflebine on the sweep around. He finds a good hole across the 40 to the 45 and up near the 48. 9-yard gain this time.
About the 48-yard line.
And Carter Shufflebine
that's
showing the speed.
That's just a good job of play calling there. Keep people off balance. You know, you're handing it to the running back. You're throwing crossing routes, and then you bring a wide receiver across. Good play calling, good run, good hole.
It's good vision to come across that quickly and then all of a sudden know exactly where your cutback lane is. Empty backfield again for Lounsbury. 2 receivers right, 1 left. He's going long to the left one with Lincoln Dilges. He actually stepped out of bounds trying to get around the defender. Pretty good job by Jesse Lane. And the pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 1 is a pretty good time to throw a long bomb, I would say. Got 3rd and 1, though, coming back now. Trevor Rounds coming in. He's in at fullback. He's got a bone break in his thumb, so he's got a cast on his right arm. When he carries the football, that is normally his dominant hand, so we don't expect him to carry much, but Rounds comes in as a tight end on the right side. Carter Merrill, the single setback. He'll take the handoff, and he spins past first contact. He needed 1. He gets 2 to the 50.
2 yards.
And number 81, Jake Krogh, in on the stop. The Governors will have another first down advance. Merrill, 4 carries that have counted for only 4 yards. But 2 yards is just what they needed here. So from the near hash mark, the Govs will try to keep moving the football. They started this drive in their own 20 after a Sturgis punt went into the end zone. Stalley will join Schuffelbein to the near side. In motion, pitch it back. Merrill slips through, and he's got a nice gain on first down into Scooper territory. Inside the 45 to the 44, it looks like.
You know, that was great vision by by Merrill there. There wasn't much of a hole there, but he slipped right through it, through what was there, and made some positive yards, maybe 5 or 6.
6 it is.
Yeah.
2nd down and 4. Seen some fast-moving games with a lot of running plays, and the Governors are chewing the clock on this particular drive. They started with 6:17. This is almost a 4-minute full drive going, and they're still at the 44-yard line. Lounsbury looking back to the sideline to make sure. They'll fake the pitch. He'll throw out to the right. There's Rounds catching the football, cast and all. Couldn't slip out of the tackle, but he does have the first down inside the Scooper 40 to the 39.
You know,
in
warm-ups, watching Trevor catch with that cast was pretty impressive. He didn't seem to skip a beat by having that cast on his hands, and as you saw right there, the Governors aren't afraid to throw him the ball even with a cast on his hand.
Might be a new way to get him active in this contest. Actually, let's give him 6 to the 48-yard line, 38 rather. First down and 10 for the Govs. 3rd time they've moved the chains on this possession as we come under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Merrill to give. Got bent backward, or as Carter Merrill will advance. First down gain here of 3. They'll put him just inside the 36-yard line.
You know, and Sturgis started with 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, and immediately when the ball was snapped, they shot those linebackers, so they knew a run was coming.
2nd down and 7. Far hash mark this time, the Governors in road white. Freeze play, and now the Governors are flinching, I think, on the left side. We're going to have a false start. That was, Sturgis did flinch a little bit, but the Governors, they didn't get into the neutral zone, did Sturgis, but it was Ty Michael out on the left side, the tackle spot, who kind of had to, I don't know, it just looked like he stood up to breathe a little bit deeper or something like that.
Sometimes the play like that's so good it even fools our own offense.
2nd and 13 after the loss of 5, and that's the 4th penalty marked against the Governors already here in the first 11 minutes of this contest. Empty backfield, 2nd and double digits. Lounsbury set up in the pocket, wanted to throw. He'll dump it off on the other side now. And out to the sideline. Stalley with his 3rd grab.
You know, I think that was a good read by Caleb. I didn't see anybody downfield open. That was his escape, was to dump it to George out in the flat, and I think he made a good decision there not to go downfield with it.
3rd catch for Stalley. 10th pass attempt for Caleb Lounsbury so far tonight. He's completed 7 of them for 54 yards unofficially. But a passing situation here most likely. 3rd down and 9. even though it would be 4 down territory anyway. He'll throw quickly and too tall. Off of the outstretched fingertips of Carter Shufflebine at the 30-yard line.
You know, I thought maybe we could possibly see Cooper Terwilliger on 3rd down. You know, he definitely has a big shoulder issue, and I don't know if he's even expected to play tonight. But he was warming up, and he did look pretty decent in warm up. I think maybe we might see him on 3rd down every once in a while.
I think given the game situation, we'll see how it plays out. If it's a tight one later, certainly could be a possibility. Templeton's going to punt on 4th and 9. Sturgis, who muffed the last one, calls for a fair catch on this one. Actually, Lounsbury was named as the punter there. That still might have been 8 instead of 6. Templeton. Sturgis takes the punt. The Governors run 12 plays, but had to punt it eventually, and the Scoopers will have it back at their own 10-yard line. We've got 41 seconds to play here in a scoreless first quarter. Ryan Oakland, Trent Merkwan on the call here. Caleb Brozick running camera, William Wilson in studio. Governor Football in your official home of the Governors. It's River 92.7, KGFX FM Pierre, a member of DRG Media Group. Scoopers will look to throw with the wind for the last 41 seconds, perhaps, as they send 3 wide to the right, to the near side. But this is a first down handoff to Sully Jost. Peter Pye actually gets the call. Sully Jost is a very good running back, but he ran once, and we haven't seen him since. 4-yard pickup here for Pye. And it'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 14-yard line. And Sturgis isn't in any hurry to get a play in, it appears. So we may see the first quarter come to an end on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. The Governors have had their chances yet again, but they've come up empty, and we've got 0-0, no score. After 1 quarter of play, our scoreboard is brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Let's take a 60-second timeout. We'll come back. Quarter number 2 is next, as the Scoopers will have it on their own 14. Governor Football is on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Don't know if he just momentarily got the wind knocked out of him or what. He's up now. But suddenly, Carter Williams felt the rush of the Governors. And the one guy who seems to get in there more often than not, E.J. Bucci, I think he's primed for a big game here in this one.
Yeah, when he's bearing down on you, it's a little scary. I think he's like 225 pounds and can run. He can really lay the wood to you.
Williams got up in time in order to stay into this game. 3rd and 6 with an empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 left, which is the near side. in the short side of the field. Williams is looking right, over the middle. Has his man, it's Jesse Lane. Short of a first down, a good tackle. Well, I don't say short of a first down, it depends on the spot. And it looks like he will have a first down just across the 20-yard line. I was correcting myself. He was hit at the 20 and then pushed back. So a good gain here for the Scoops, and they've got it 1st and 10 at the 20. First pass completed by Williams in 4 tries tonight. Jesse Lane, a slot receiver. Position formerly held by Tyan Buss, who was a Pierre Governor last year. Here comes Peter Pye on the left side. Coulter Babcock gets him, but not until Pye is across the 25 to the 27-yard line. This will be a gain of 7. Pye is running in place of Sullivan Jost, who we see on the sideline. Or we did during that quarter break. Maybe with a slight limp. Assume that came on the first tackle, the tackle on the first play of the game. Offensively for Sturgis. Here a 2nd and a long 3. A nice pickup by Pye on first down. Quick fire Williams here has Wormstead across the 30-yard line, right at the numbers, and wrapped up by George Staley, helped out by Lincoln Chonard. Another movement of the chains as the Scoopers have it with 6 yards to the 33.
You know, excellent job tackling by the Governors so far in this game. That does turn out to be a big deal when you go through a game without missing a tackle, and so far we just have tackled well.
But it is first down with 10.5 minutes to go. Second quarter, no score. Both teams have lost fumbles and have turned the ball over in this one. Here's the shotgun, inside handoff to Pye once again. He'll churn his way to the 35, a pickup of a couple. Schoenhardt in on the tackle once again. He's been pretty active so far out of that linebacking core for the Govs. Sturgis feels, they look like they're pretty comfortable right now, just trying to maintain possession. Chew time as long as they're moving the chains. I think they're getting everything they want out of this particular possession, but out of this first half offensively as well. Rollout pass caught by Deshock, but he'll get nothing on it. Is right there with him is Carson Stoser. They say Templeton, but it was Stoser. It's hard to see Stoser's checking his number. He says, no, I'm number 0, not number 8. But these Governor numbers do look very similar. This is a loss on the play, by the way. Back to the 33. Shock's first catch, but instead of 8 to go that they had, it's 3rd and 10 now. Ball on the far hash mark. Big play for the Governor defense. Williams throws quickly. Wormstead bobbles it, hauls it in, but there are 4 or 5 Governors waiting to bring him down back at the 30-yard line at the numbers across the field. And now, well, all that rhythm that we thought that maybe Sturgis had offensively just went away with a couple of short pass routes. And that continued good tackling that Trent Merkwan just talked about comes to life once again.
You know, last time they punted, Max Hunsley about blocked it, and I think he would have had a shot at it there too. You know, I would look, I think it was Max. The first time it was Max, but they're letting them go right through the middle of that line on punt coverage, and I would be surprised if that's not talked about at halftime and we go after, if the Governors don't go after a punt.
Punt got away, and a dangerous catch by Carter Shufflebine. He didn't even ask for a fair catch, and Sturgis was right there to put him on the floor at the 40-yard line. But Pierre has a possession and good field position here with 8.5 minutes to play here in our second quarter. No score. I would say this kind of becomes a big possession. I think definitely the Governors would love to strike first. As Coach Steele said, they haven't had a lead in the last 3 games. I think that makes this one right here a pretty big possession. First pitch is to Merrill. He has room, 40 to the 45, up close to the 50. He'll be stopped at the 49. That's 9 yards on first down, straight up the middle of the field.
boy, it makes play calling easy. 2nd and 1, you can do about anything.
It's a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1.
Well, last time they had 2nd and 1, they tried to throw a long pass. We'll see if they do that again here. The Governors have been patient in getting these plays in.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if they're not defensively not throwing some things at Pierre that we're not expecting, because normally Steve knows exactly what he wants to do, but he's waiting for that defense to kind of set up to make that play call.
A 4-3 defense. There's a shot out to Shufflebine. He has it. He tries to make a move into Scooper territory from the 45, taken down, and a good job of sticking with him is the defender here, but Shufflebine has a first down to the Sturgis 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11. Shufflebine has his 2nd catch for 20 yards. Gov's on the move into Sturgis territory. Lounsbury will come under center. From the 40-yard line, ball on the far hash. Single setback is Carter Merrill, but this is a pass play. He'll go long. Lounsbury in single coverage looking for Shufflebine. It was tipped, and Carter tried to get back to it at the 5, but it's just out of reach, and a good play by Jackson Kano in coverage here. It'll be incomplete, and 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you know, I would like to, first of all, it was excellent coverage, and there was a well-thrown ball, and he put that ball about where you need to put it in order for it to be caught. You know, at 5'9", Shufflebine versus a 6'1" defensive back, that becomes, you know, a problematic for Shufflebine on that play.
Well, he had to come back to the ball just a little bit. If that ball could have been just about 3 yards further, then maybe Shufflebine catches it in stride. Here goes Merrill, as it looked like Sturgis was coming on a bit of a run blitz, but Merrill gets past that from the 40 to the 35-yard line. A nice gain of 5 to make it 3rd and 5. Carter Merrill with 8 carries now. Starting to get yardage in bigger chunks. 3rd and a long 4, short 5. The Governors heading from east to west with the wind here. It's not a significant wind, but it's good enough. Lounsbury again taking his time, directing traffic. Watch Lincoln Dilgis on the near side. Stalley is in the slot. This is a fumbled snap, but Lounsbury, all he could do was pick it up and try to get whatever yardage he could. I think he had a split second enough to maybe pitch it to Carter Merrill, which may have been what was going to happen on that play anyway, but a broken play, and the Governors will lose a yard. So they have it at the 36. 4th down there, and the Governors will go for it. Shufflebine wide to the right, Stalley in the slot again. Dilgis goes the other way. Across the field, Lounsbury by himself in the backfield with a 2 tight end set. Merrill is the tight end on the right side. Snap, throw, and Shufflebine had a step, but Lounsbury can't connect. In fact, Carter Shufflebine had 2 steps on Tegan Wormstead there. And Lounsbury just slung it a little too quickly. And the Governors will turn it over on downs. Sturgis will have it back as we remain scoreless here in the first half. 5:41 to go in the 2nd quarter. Sturgis will take over on their own 36-yard line. That's going to be a play, Trent. I think the Governors are going to wish they had back, because it just given a little more time. The Shufflebine broke free. It could have been an easy pitch and catch. So from the far hash mark, Carter Williams get another crack at it. And this is a fumbled snap, but it's picked up in the backfield by Peter Pye. He'll turn around, turn upfield at the hash mark from the 30. He'll make the 33, but that's a loss of 3. Ball a little slippery perhaps. Both quarterbacks have fumbled it here recently. I think an equally big drive for the Scoopers, but they probably feel like as long as this game is scoreless, they're doing just fine. Whereas the Governors, we mentioned, I think would desperately love to get the first lead in this game. Pye can't grab the catch. Little swing pass out of the backfield. Governors bearing down on him again.
Elijah Bucci, the senior.
Bucci. I think he got to the quarterback, but it was Carson Stoser who was there to make sure Pye didn't go anywhere had he caught that ball. Sturgis is hearing footsteps all over the place right now. See what the Scoopers come up with on 3rd and 13. They may have to call a timeout here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Thought they had a player coming off wondering what was going on, and there is their timeout for the Scoopers. First one charged here, timeouts on the field. And in our broadcast brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. It's a 60-second Coke break, 3rd and 13 for the Scoopers. When we come back, no score. This is Governor football.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Evergreen motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you
Back
want
to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Scoopers using their first timeout, 4:57 left, second quarter. No score, it's 3rd and 13 for the home team. And Carter Williams cannot connect with his intended receiver over here on the near side, but a flag is thrown in the backfield. Jaden Blair, a senior wideout, backup. And the penalty is against Sturgis. The Governors will decline it to bring up 4th down. So another incomplete pass. And Sturgis unable to move the football here on a 3 and out. They'll swap personnel. Trent Merkwan, both offenses sputtering a little bit. The Governors are moving it, but they're not finishing drives. Sturgis right now.
We got a fake going on here, possibly. I think that'd be foolish, but
not at this juncture.
Yeah.
Carter Williams, high punt. And Stalley catching it, or actually Shufflebein here out in front of us at the Governor 48-yard line.
You know, someone for Pierre Sturgis needs to make a play in this game. You know, it's you know, Pierre at least has taken some shots downfield, and you know, there possibly could have been a ball that was caught, and another one was overthrown, but going to play a little better.
And it is a kind of a big game, especially for playoff positioning, I think, especially for the Scoopers. But in that sense, maybe they're playing a little bit tight. The Governors don't seem to be playing too tight, but they just need to, you know, like we said with Steve Steele in the pregame conversation, it comes down to execution here. Here's a bad snap. Taken on a hop by Merrill. He'll fall down, and that one just pops straight up. Not sure what happened there with Zayden Rounds, the center. But the ball just kind of popped straight up away from the quarterback, Merrill, with a good help in the backfield. Pierre loses yardage back to the 41. So again, some strange happenings there. Might have been Bryson Wallman, I think. He might be the backup center here. Yep, it was Wallman. He snapped that one. Here comes Merrill, though. Out of the backfield, he'll get the lost yardage back as he gets a nice gain up to the 50-yard line. Tice Uhurka. In on the stop, Calvin Kettleson, the big middle linebacker, or a good middle linebacker in there. They'll put this one to the Scooper 49. That's a gain of 10 for Merrill. after he actually lost 7 on the fumble play, the previous play. Now 3rd and 7 coming for the Govs. 3:35 counting down, still scoreless here in the first half. Lounsbury claps his hands, will give a quick pitch to Merrill once again. He's inside the 50, but Cade Wilnard will get there from the linebacking spot or from the defensive backfield and minimize the gain here. Stopped at the 47, that's only a pickup of 2. This is starting to feel like more of a typical Governor game. I mean, the offense has not been consistent in the last month or so. This game feels a lot like that Brookings game. Last time the Governors were on the road.
Yeah, I think we're missing somebody on the field too there. We got guys pointing that someone needs to be out here.
Here comes Carson Stoser. DJ Bucci telling him where he needs to line up. Play clock is winding down, but they get the snap off, and with the win, Carter Templeton will send the return man back to his own 10-yard line. Catch made fair by Brody Royer. So the Governor defense stopped Sturgis on a 3-and-out, but they go 3-and-out themselves. Here is at 5 possessions. We are still scoreless here. Now the Scoopers have 2:26 to try to go 90 yards here.
Happy 29th birthday today.
Sturgis probably trying to think of one way to get a big play here. They really haven't had any big plays tonight. They picked up a few first downs, but I don't recall them trying big plays so far.
You know, and Bucci puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback, so they're not capable of holding it for 3 seconds in the backfield to try to get people downfield. He's just back there.
First play is a handoff. Peter Pye has been the featured back. It seems like the Governors have stripped it away. Lincoln Schonhardt came down with it. He hit the turf. The question will be, is the runner down by contact? The Governors are still celebrating. There's a fumble, and the Governors recover it. I think Lincoln Schonhardt just literally stripped that ball right away from Peter Pye, and the Govs will have it at the 9-yard line of the Sturgis Scoopers. A huge play by the Governor defense. And now, your golden opportunity to put points on the board here before halftime with 2:19 to play. Maybe that's what they need, the shot in the arm provided by the defense to get the offense going.
You know, definitely needed something to get them going here. Hopefully this offense can score here. You got 10 yards. You know, I think you hand it off to Merrill. You know, we're short a guy on the field again here.
Aiden Beam comes in at the tight end spot. Carter Merrill single setback. Lounsbury comes in under center. They'll give it to him. He'll go around the left side. Merrill still on his feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown.
Oh, now.
Flag comes in late, thrown by the referee. And Carter Merrill, he slipped through the left side of the line, but as this flag comes in late, I can only assume that maybe the referee couldn't get the flag out of his pocket. And Bryson Wallman, the center, is guilty of a holding penalty. So the Govs have a penalty, wipe away a would-be touchdown. And again, this all started after a fumble takeaway by Lincoln Schonhardt, but Pierce suddenly backed up to the 19-yard line. Still in the red zone. But now 1st and goal with 19 yards to try to pick up. They'll come out in more of a passing situation here. Quick fire out to the near side. Schuffelbein has it. Inside the 15. Wormstead and Krogh will push him out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it. Maybe to the 12, to the 11. Pickup of 8. Second and goal from the 11. Minute 45 left.
in the second quarter.
Just gave a couple of scores in some of these big games in 11 AA. Watertown leading T area and Yankton on top of Brookings, both by a couple of touchdowns. From the 11, it's 2nd and goal. Shufflebein coming across in the crossing route, but Lounsbury misses him short inside the 5. And it'll be 3rd down and 11.
Brandon Valley leads Mitchell in the second quarter, 26-0.
Hearing more of those scores. PA does a pretty good job here.
Sioux Falls Lincoln, this is a final. Sioux Falls Lincoln 46, Rapid City Central 7.
So with 1:26 and the clock stopped, the Governors still trying to find a way to get one punched into the end zone. Near hash mark, Lincoln Dilgis, single wide out on the near side. Stallion Shufflebein the other way. That's the direction of travel here, and Lounsbury throwing against the grain. Overshoots Stalley, and I think the Governors are going to bring the field goal unit in here to try to get some points on the board.
You know, in warm-ups, our field goal kicker was making 35-yard field goals at a pretty consistent rate, so I think this is a 30-yard attempt, so I'd be surprised if he doesn't hit it.
Carter Templeton will have it. He'll be kicking from the 18, so a 28-yard attempt from the near hash mark. The Govs haven't attempted a field goal all season long. Snap, spot, hold, it's all good. The field goal is good. So Carter Templeton puts 3 in from 28 yards out. And the Governors will strike first, finally, with 1:18 to play in the second quarter. The Governors 3, the Scoopers nothing. We'll take a 30-second break. Pierre will kick when we come back with more Pierre Governor football.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy, exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating...
Nice rundown by Tyson Polston, who's been a pretty good special teamer for the Govs all season long.
Excellent tackle by Tyson on that, and he picked a good spot to run through to create the correct angle so that he could create that tackle.
Sturgis taking a timeout here, perhaps. Coca-Cola timeout? No, they're just in the huddle, calling the play from there. I like this in that you've pinned them in poor field position. If Sturgis comes out and tries to throw the football, block in the back on the return, so from the 15, that's going to make it half the distance back to the 8-yard line or so. And even better now for the Govs. So if you're throwing the football, throwing incomplete, you're saving time for the Govs. I think if they run the football, don't you use some timeouts and try to get the ball back if you're Pierre?
You know, Steve Still in the olden days would definitely do that. Well, I guess we'll see and find out.
Carter Williams, quarterback again. Peter Pye still the setback with him. Patrick LaRock flinched, but did not get into the neutral zone here. Sturgis taking their time. First down throw, high percentage play, but Tegan Wormstadt has it go through his hands. So there's an incomplete pass to stop the clock. Helping the Govs, as Stalley was right there. 4 for 7 for Carter Williams, but only 7 yards picked up in the passing game so far. Sturgis really, as this first half has gone on, they've really struggled to move the football, and I think that We've been alluding to the defensive pressure of the Governors. That has everything to do with it. 3 wides, it's 2 to the right side once again. This looks like Jackson Kano in at quarterback here. He'll fake and keep it straight up the middle. Kano across the 15-yard line. Nice gain here to the 16. It's a pickup of 9, short of a first down. And I'll tell you what, pretty good play. That forces the Governors to call a timeout. This will be their first charge in the first half. Coca-Cola breaking the action. Sturgis with 3rd and a long 1 with 59 seconds to play. Pierre leading 3-0. We're back in 30 seconds as you listen to Pierre Governor Football.
And or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen television. Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
It's a pretty good running play by Jackson Kano, who came in for Carter Williams, and Kano is still out there. Not sure where Williams is, whether he's on the sideline or still out there somewhere. Kano lines up in the middle of 3 guys in the backfield. One of them might be Williams. Kano breaks out of there again. Coming out, far side, Kellen Hansen will get to him. Hansen keeps a big gain from occurring, but it's still a first down pickup for Kano. Just across the 20-yard line. They'll put him at the 21, a pickup of 5. And I'll tell you what, Trent Jackson Kano provides a little bit of a spark for Sturgis. They may still have a long way to go here. You can see the quickness from this guy. A new weapon in the backfield. 1st and 10. Read option, they'll hand off this time. Peter Pye has it, he'll cross the 25. Hit hard at the 30, and apparently a flag down somewhere out there. Another nice gain this time. Flag is thrown on the far side of the field in between the numbers and the hash mark. And the first indication is holding on the Scoopers. 77, the guilty party, is big Noah Schaefer's. So an 8-yard gain is wiped away here. And this one will push the Scoopers back close to the 10-yard line. Trent, the Govs are getting some help now. What can they do with it? Actually, time is not a friend of theirs in this case, but still, Sturgis kind of helping their cause a bit.
You know, they got their quarterback out of the game, or their starting quarterback out of the game. Their starting running backs out of the game.
Yeah.
You know, Sturgis is, and Sturgis still is able to, at times, run the football pretty well. You know, Kano looks to be pretty quick, but it's got to be a little discouraging when you have those types of players not helping you out.
And the Scoopers, if they want to throw the football, they are going into the wind, which is still whipping the flag to our left in the Scoopers' faces. Inside handoff, again the Scoopers break out of the backfield. They'll cross the 15, back up to the 16-yard line. We'll assume the Governors to take a timeout again. And they've already stopped the clock. Timeout for Pierre will be another. Coca-Cola breaking the action. Scoopers have it at the 16. That's a pickup of 5 for Peter Pye. Let's take 30 seconds. We'll see what the Govs can do when we come back. See if they can get the ball back and try to get some more points on the board here in the first half. They lead 3-0. This is Governor Football.
Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848.
Come back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Yard line, and the Governors will spend their last time out. So we'll take another quick 30. Now the Scoopers add 4 up to the 20-yard line. One more 30-second break. We currently have 17 seconds left here in the first half. Pierre 3, Sturgis nothing. You're listening to Governor Football.
Are you looking for a good night's rest and sweet dreams? Well, Slumberland Furniture in Pierre is where to stop. Slumberland carries quality bedding from Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy Posturepedic. They have adjustable bed bases with many adjustments so you sleep in the position you like. Sheets and pillows from Slumberland round out your bedding essentials package. So, for sweet dreams and peaceful sleep, be sure to shop Slumberland Furniture
at Seabriggs25 at pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Give it off to C-State, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth
28 yards from Carter Templeton. Now 3rd and 11 for Sturgis. As they try to keep a possession alive here, if nothing else, to run out the clock. And Jackson Cano will keep it himself, and Sturgis probably will do just that here as he crosses the 25 to the 26, a pickup of 6. Sturgis will get the ball, or should get the ball, to start the second half. And there's the air horn to signal the end of the first half of play. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, a Carter Templeton field goal is all there is. It's 3-0 Governors as we hit halftime. The scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Halftime coming up after a 3-minute break. Our halftime sponsored by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. We will recap the first half when we return in 3 minutes. Governor Football is on, your official home of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Ameriprise Advisors can work with you to provide personalized, goal-based advice based on your short and long-term goals. Plus, you can track your investments and financial solutions with our digital tools and regular meetings. Call Ameriprise Financial Advisor Angie Teason with Wealth Partners, private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, at 605-224-6777. That's 605-224-6777. Office is located at 740 East Sioux Avenue.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Being local means more than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us, supporting the organizations that empower the next generation of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Hey Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Potter County Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Harvest
Harvest is in full swing, and Grossenberg Implement has the integrated solution staff to help you. Don't trust just anyone with your data. Give their staff at any of their 9 locations a call to review your harvest data through John Deere Operations Center. Many changes have been made to this useful tool, and their staff is trained to get you through it. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Idle tonight, Jones County trailing New Underwood. Good ball game, 24-22, and they're still halfway through the second quarter. And as the Governors get set to kick off, we'll give you maybe more scores later on in the postgame. But our Comtech opening kick of the second half from right to left into the wind. Carter Templeton, his kick taken by the Sturgis deep man at about the 18-yard line, crosses the 20 to the 25, and then dropped down at the 27. That's Brody Royer. Lincoln Schonard comes up and makes the stop. Scoopers will start 1st and 10 at about the 27-yard line. Trent Merkwan, if you're Sturgis, what's it going to take to get the ball rolling and well, move the football and try to keep the ball out of the Governor's hands here?
I don't expect Sturgis to do much different. I think they do have Williams back in the backfield, I do believe.
Yep.
So that would be a good sign for them. They'll be able to throw the ball downfield possibly. I expect them to run the ball.
I'm curious if they will throw a little bit more here in the third. Williams keeps it himself on the option. And a good play here for Carter Williams. So as he crosses the 30 to the 35, he's up to the 38 perhaps, maybe the 39. And right away, a 12-yard gain. He disguised that one well.
Yeah, that was an excellent fake. He fooled most of the defense and had a good gain because of that.
12-yard pickup on the first play. First down number 4 for the Scoopers on the night. As we are underway here in the third quarter. 6 o'clock Mountain Time kickoff. Appreciate everybody back in Central South Dakota joining us here tonight. Hope you're getting a good chance to watch this one through GoGovs.live or certainly through drgnews.com. Here's Carter Williams as he tries to bounce, or he bounces one out to Cole Litzen.
You know, Peter Pye hit his arm, so he wasn't able to get anything on it. And Pye looks at him like, whoops, sorry. But
there were some Sturgis fans to our left who thought maybe that ball went backwards, and E.J. Bucci didn't quit on the play until he heard the whistle. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 from the Sturgis 39-yard line. So the Govs give up a 12-yard play early on, but as we talked about at halftime, we'll see if this play, this sequence of downs kind of shows that maybe they still feel like they're in pretty good control. And I think right now the Governor defense just wants to get the ball in the hands of their offense here. Try to make a spark play once again, which kind of helped them get that field goal. Williams wants to go down the middle. He's got Tegan Wormstead ahead of Porter Hunsley. Pass is caught. And into Governor territory. Hunsley completes the play and gets the tackle. Looks like Wormstead going to go down. I don't know if he's cramping up or something, but a big play here for the Scoopers over the middle, and a strike delivered by Carter Williams to the Pierre 25-yard line.
He put that ball on the money, and then on the tackle, I think Wormstead landed on the football, and as anybody that's landed on the football knows that it knocks the wind out of you.
That's a 36-yard gain. Injury timeout on the field. Timeouts from Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. 11:10 to go. Wormstead being helped up by the training staff. That's a big play there. Wormstead, good athlete for these Scoopers. And, you know, we've seen the throwing ability. We haven't seen the plays made from Sturgis through that first half. But my goodness, Carter Williams with 2 big plays so far here in this first drive of the second half. And maybe Sturgis has figured some things out, some adjustments they can make here to really get some momentum on their side in the second half.
You know, and that's the first time he's had some time also to throw the ball.
Empty backfield, trips right. They'll go to the tight end left. DeShock was left all alone. He catches it at the 15 and he walks it in for a touchdown. Dalen DeShock. A 35-yard touchdown, 25 yards rather.
You know, that's 3 excellent plays by Sturgis. They definitely saw some things at halftime and made some adjustments, and you know, they end up with 6 because of it.
That pass actually was almost underthrown. DeShock turned back around and he made about a knee-high grab with the fingertips. And once he turned around, he was behind everybody defensively for the Governors. They just absolutely forgot about DeShock on the tight end on the left side of the line. Elliott Smith, the kicker, out of the hold of Williams, and the kick is up and good, and the Sturgis Scoopers take an early lead here in the second half. Scoopers 7, Governors 3. Sturgis kicks when we return in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
From 25 yards out. And the Scoopers lead 7-3. Smith will kick off with the win from left to right. Carter Shufflebine and George Staley back deep for the Govs. Sturgis fans really feeling this, a pooch kick, and it's taken by Sutton Sonnenschein at the 35 of the Governors. He had one earlier that he fair caught, but I think Sutton was looking to get an avenue up the near sideline and maybe hoping he could score on the return. As it is, he's brought down at the 46 in good field position for the Governors. Trent, I think you're only doing that if you're Sturgis because maybe you think you can catch the Govs off guard again and maybe get the ball back. Otherwise, you're giving up good field position when you've already got a lot of momentum on your side.
Yeah, that's definitely probably a mistake. Steve Steele used to run that same exact play, so you could tell that the Governors have prepared for things just like that.
Lounsbury fakes a pass. He keeps it himself, runs near side from the 46. Wormstead back in there and gets the tackle at about the 50. Lounsbury, perhaps a designed run. He faked as if he was going to quick throw far side, but
we got Terwilliger in the game.
Picks up 4. Cooper Terwilliger with a shoulder injury. He's got it well dressed, but again, we did see him warming up tonight. Cooper is the tight end on the near side. Ball's on the near hash as the Govs move from right to left, west to east. Staley in motion over here to the near side. Carter Merrill, the featured back, and he'll take the pitch. And the initial contact is made and not let go. Scoopers again with a good tackle. That's number 24, Cade Wilnard, on the stop from the 50 to the Scooper 47. 3 yards for Carter Merrill, 35 on 12 carries tonight. 9:40 to go, third quarter. Governors trying to respond after Sturgis had a quick strike. First drive of the second half. It's now 7-3 Scoopers. Start with 3 right. Staley again comes back to the left, near side. Sturgis coming quickly. Kettleson wanted to blitz, but Carter Merrill goes up the middle, 40, 30 to the 25. He slipped a tackle. Finally brought down near the 25-yard line. Sperling makes the stop off of the defensive end, but a little over pursuit helping the Govs out this time. And a pickup of 26 down to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, after he got through that first wave of defense, boy, he was just almost a step away from scoring 6 points. You know, I see him running Merrill a little more here. They've definitely seen something.
As long as they can open those holes, as Merrill will get another crack at it. He slips the first tackle, 20 down to the 15. First attempt by Gunnar Sarkala. Merrill slips through that. And he picks up 4, maybe 5 inside the 20, and we'll call it, actually they'll put it right on the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 6. So the Governors in the red zone responding so far. As Carter Merrill had a big run of 26 to get them in good motion. This is his 3rd straight play, but he won't go anywhere here. This is a TFL for Robert Sperling. Sperling is a small defensive lineman, but he is sometimes small means quick, and that's the case for Robert Sperling on the defensive side of the football. Loss of 2 for Merrill. 15 carries, about 65 yards for Merrill, but he loses a couple here, and the Governors forced to try to get a 3rd down conversion now. 3 receivers right, 3rd and 7 here. Lounsbury's looking for Terwilliger. He has him open. Cooper comes back to it and has it. Touchdown. Sturgis took it away, but the back judge is ruling touchdown. And Cooper Terwilliger, injured and all, comes down with a big play, a 17-yard touchdown catch from Caleb Lounsbury. And the Governors reclaim the lead at 9-7.
Yeah, Sturgis thinks they intercepted that ball, and possibly they did. Guess you'd have to see a replay, but 24 for Sturgis is Wilnard. He really thought he had that, and that Cooper took it away from him after they were on the ground. Good job by Cooper to do that and not to just give up.
Templeton's kick is up and good. The Governors respond. Their first offensive touchdown of the game. 7:40 to play in the third. 10-7 now, Pierre, and they'll kick after a 30-second step away. We'll be back with more Pierre Governor football.
The best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
It is Jaden Blair with a nice return. Block in the back called against the Scoopers. The flag rests at the 20-yard line. That play was, the kick was taken at about the 17 and returned up to the 35, but if this is a 10-yard penalty from the 20, it'll be the Scoopers forced to start back at their own 10-yard line. Trent Merkwon, that touchdown caught by Terwilliger. I think right away he certainly had it. He went to his knees, and then Cade Wilnard comes in and wrestles it away from him. But I think the fact that the knees touch the ground obviously ends the play. Touchdown Terwilliger.
Yeah, touchdown Terwilliger, and it doesn't matter what the rest of us think. It's what one guy in the stripes thought down there, and he called a touchdown, and that's what's going to stand. And you know, Steve Steele must think this game is super important to put Terwilliger into this game in the second half. He knows he's got to win this game to get some momentum moving forward. I think if they don't score that touchdown coming out, I don't know if Cooper comes into the game.
That's a good point. First pass here, first down to that was Tegan Wormstead for a 4-yard gain up to the 14. It was a low pass, and he was bobbling it the whole way, but I wasn't so sure his knee wasn't on the ground. Doesn't really matter. That's about where he caught the ball anyway. So here it is, second down and 7 at the 14-yard line. Call it a pickup of 3. Looking to throw. Now he's got Jesse Lane on a redirect, far side. Lane with a first down. He makes a little cut up the hash mark. Then he's across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Nice play there to Jesse Lane.
Excellent design in that plane, and Schaefer gets one more block. He goes a lot further. You know, they were on the verge of one block, and I think we still get him, or I think the Governors still tackle him at about the 50-yard line. But what a great design.
Sturgis really showing some things here in the second half. A lot of moxie with the offense to this point. They do trail 10-7. Peter Pye, the featured back now in this one. He'll stay up the hash mark, try to bounce to the right side, cross the 30 to the 31, maybe a 4-yard pickup here. Jacob Mikkonen in on the stop. Mikkonen's coming out though on this play. Big sequence for the Governor defense. Now they've kind of taken the momentum back. Sturgis already moving the chains once. Governors will try to minimize that bit of action. Now 5:40 to go. Student body right here to our left is they're getting involved in this game pretty well. Carter Williams takes the pistol snap, fakes the handoff. He'll throw short, but he cannot connect with Dalen DeShock. who had the 25-yard touchdown on the previous possession. Looked like Williams just a little tentative on that toss.
Yeah, I think maybe the guy coming out of the backfield turned the wrong direction. I don't know. There was definitely some miscommunication on that play.
So 3rd and about 7 here for the Scoopers as the clock stops. And the Governors are one play away from getting the stop that they need. Trying to keep the momentum on the green and white side of the field. 2 wide outs to the near side, 1 the other way. Ball in the far hash mark as the Scoopers head left to right. Williams is zeroing in on his receiver to the left. He throws over the middle short. And I think he made the right call here, as this one hops up to Lincoln Schoenhardt in coverage. There was double coverage out there on Jesse Lane. I was watching the quarterback's head this time, and he didn't sway at all. He wasn't looking at anybody else other than maybe the one guy he threw to, and that was Jesse Lane.
Yeah, there was excellent coverage all over the field. There was not an open guy. He just needed to get rid of it, and he did.
Williams, the punter, kicking for, I believe, the 4th time tonight. Staley backed up back to his 30-yard line. Did not get a fair catch, and now we'll have a flag thrown. And I tell you what, there isn't anybody else from Pierre out there, I don't believe, trying to throw a block. This has to be a face mask. So the Governors apparently going to get some help, I believe, on the end of this play, as Staley is marked at the 29. And a face mask of 15 yards to add on that. Did you see that all the way across the field?
Yeah, I definitely saw his head slap back, and you know, I knew that I knew that it was a face mask. I don't think they have an option. Do they have an option to call a 5-yard face mask in high school?
Yep.
Okay.
So, a 15-yard helper for the Governors with 5:11 left. They lead. We're in the 3rd, by the way. 10-7 Pierre. Team scored back-to-back touchdowns, but the Governors get the defensive stop. Now Carter Merrill is going nowhere on the 1st down carry. Thing I'm seeing out there, Bryson Wallman still in at center. You wonder if Zayden Rounds, who is the starter, has been another injury victim in this game. Merrill for nothing on the 1st down play. 2nd down and 10. Lounsbury back to the pistol. 3 receivers left on the wide side of the field. That's our near side. Lounsbury takes the snap. Terwilliger out there in the pattern. Here's Shufflebine over the middle. 50 to the far side of the field. Turns up the field to the 40 and out of bounds near the 35. Good play here for the Governors. And I tell you what, Trent, I mean, this is a play that instead of trying to throw long, it's good to see Lounsbury find his guys over the middle, let them use their speed in wide open spaces, and a 1st down picked up here.
You know, he made a nice throw too, and he stood back there for 3 to 4 seconds, which is a lot of time in high school football to be able to stand back there. And it just took the play a long time to develop, and he did, he found the open guy and got 10 yards.
15 as it turns out to the 39. Inside handoff again to Merrill, slipping. First tackle still going as 2 or 3 guys trying to drag him down inside the 40, call it to the 36. That'll be a gain of 3, but an exciting 3 at that for Carter Merrill. And it'll be 2nd and 7.
Well, Carter's definitely running hard. I don't know what's got, 15, 16 carries for probably 70 yards or something like that.
That's pretty good estimation. How about 17 for 68? Man, you know this game.
Yeah, he's going to break another one here before the night's over. He's been close numerous times, and he's actually had one called back, but
here's Lounsbury bobbling the snap. Here come the Scoopers, and a pass is knocked down. The Governors avoid disaster here.
I don't know if they're trying to run a screenplay there, or if he's just throwing that away.
Aaron Moravitz, the nose tackle, got in there quick. But again, why is it when the ball is bobbled, all of a sudden the defense always gets in there quick? It seems like it's those plays with the offensive line just Maybe they understand the situation. They panic a little bit, but the defense is always breathing down the quarterback's neck. Even though Lounsbury only bobbled it once. 3:36 to play. It's 3rd and 7 now. Lounsbury right side had Dilgis wide open, but Dilgis, I think, was going to go on an up and out. The pass was just thrown a little early, it appeared.
And sometimes what people don't understand is that, he's wide open to all of us because we're up above. But when you got all them big offensive linemen and those defensive linemen, to be able to see where he's exactly at is not easy. And, sometimes you're just kind of guessing where they're at. And I think he just made a guess. And I truly believe he didn't see him because he threw the ball right where he wanted to, in my opinion.
So the Governors will punt as Templeton gets one fair caught down to the 12-yard line by Brody Royer. And there's a flag thrown back at about the spot where the ball was kicked. And it was Lounsbury punting. See a Governor out there too. Samuel Larson looks like he might have been hobbling off the field. Personal foul. A trip. So a Sturgis 15-yard penalty. Okay, this flag is thrown where the ball was kicked. Where did the trip occur? This must be post-punt. But where did the trip occur? And I'm almost thinking, if that happened before the punt, then the 15-yard penalty should be added to the to the 4th down line to gain, I guess, at any rate. I'm only speculating. Scoopers will have it at their 26-yard line. So they said return team, but it must be on the kicking team.
Yeah,
because the ball was caught at the 11-yard line, and now it's moved up to the 26. So that was a penalty on the Governors.
I think the referee just misspoke.
Yeah, that's a penalty on the Govs, and that makes more sense. Maybe a tripping penalty from somebody on the offensive line. So here we go, still 10-7 Pierre as both teams scored on their opening possessions of the 3rd quarter, but both teams had to punt on their second opportunities. And now 1st and 10 at the Scooper 26. For Sturgis, trailing 10-7. Williams, quick snap, quick fire, outside to the far side. Wormstead with a catch, as the Scoopers are trying to use the passing game to pick up just a few yards at a time here instead of the running game. They'll get 5 to the 31. It's a real, they may have to do that, especially without Sully Jost in there to be able to run the football. 3 catches for Wormstead in the second half for 44 yards. He's got 5 for 47 overall now. 36-yarder helped set up their lone score of the game in their first try of the second half. 2nd and 5, fake the inside handoff, and this pass is through the hands of E.J. Bucci as Williams is looking for Dalen DeShock out on the near side. It'll be incomplete and 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to use their receivers kind of as running backs with Yost. Yost, is that out of the game?
Sully Jost, yep.
Jost, and because they're definitely throwing these short little passes out to him and trying to create space.
Well, they were able to throw 2 balls downfield early in the 3rd quarter here. We'll see what they do on 3rd and 5.5. 3:18 to play in the 3rd. Looking over the middle, there's DeShock, and oh, what a catch. Dalen DeShock was hit by Sutton Sonnenschein immediately as he catches this pass. I think DeShock was trying to undercut it and maybe take it away, but DeShock had the tough hands, and he catches it up to the 46 for a gain of 15 yards.
And it wasn't like they fooled the defense at all. Sutton Sonnenschein was right there, and he knew it was coming. But, that's just a good play.
Absolutely. Third catch for DeShock, including a touchdown of 25 yards. Here's Lane on a floater. Boy, that was a dangerous pass. Lane had to wait 2 seconds for that one to get to him. Probably the longest 2 seconds of his life. The Governors converge. Sun and shine again there. Porter Hunsley, dropping Jesse Lane for a gain of nothing. Carter Williams, who has now thrown the ball 21 times. Chris Koletsky, head coach for Sturgis, in our Keys to Success pregame conversation, he really talked about how much they rely on the running game. Of course, that is the case when you've got a really good running back that Steve Steele called one of the best that they've seen on film. Here's Wormstead after a pump fake. Pass overthrown by Williams as Hunsley was there with him in single coverage.
You know, for a freshman, Porter Hunsley, basically one-on-one out there, you know, played a pretty good hand game and pushed him way out to the sideline. Otherwise, that ball is caught.
Wormstead. In the end, Wormstead got a step, but pass was overthrown, probably just because of the little interruption there, as you mentioned, by Hunsley. So 3rd and 10 at the Sturgis 46-yard line. 10-7 Pierre, 2:06 to play. We're in the third. Williams in the pistol again. Peter Pye still in the backfield. We haven't called his name on this possession. There's a nice throw out here to the near side. Just a little out pattern. Jaden Blair catches his first pass of the night. And Hunsley there to force him out of bounds. That'll be a scooper first down gain to the Pierre 43-yard line. 11 yards on 3rd and 10. Those Sturgis, they sputter, and then they come up with the play they need here in the second half. That's kind of how it's been.
Yeah, it looks like a different team actually in the second half. You know,
Williams keeps it here, 40 to the 35, close to another first down.
Yeah. They ran that play the first series, the same exact play, just the opposite direction. Williams is doing a nice job faking that handoff and riding the guy through, and he might actually be reading the end on those. And if the end crashes down on the running back, he keeps it, and that's what's happening. If the end doesn't crash down on the running back, he gives it to him, and running back gains 5 to 6 yards.
9 for the quarterback in this case. Second down on a short one with 1:25 to go in the third. You're still with a 3-point lead. Here comes Pye, and this will be up the middle. First down. Down to the 31. That's 3 yards for Peter Pye. And Sturgis moving the football and doing a nice job. The second half, this third quarter, which is now 1:05 to go, has been very entertaining and action-packed. It's a far cry from really the, the slow pace of play, and I almost want to use the word ineptitude in both offenses in that first half. 1st and 10, it's Pye again going around right guard. Just inside the far hash mark. Doesn't get much here, but he is inside the 30 to about the 28. 9th play of the drive, and he gets 3 more. Sturgis, who only had 53 yards of total offense in the first half, really making plays here.
You know, they've definitely increased the pace too, at which they're coming to the line of scrimmage and snapping the ball. And you know, they tried to get us to jump off sides right there, but good discipline by the Pierre defensive front.
Bucci looked like he was the one most ready to come after the quarterback. 2nd and 7, snap, short throw, that's incomplete again. I was just watching before that play. Sully Jost is down here. He's trying to limber up. He's kicking his legs back and forth. He really wants in this game. His helmet is on and everything. He's probably begging his coach, give me a chance. 3rd and 7 now after the incomplete pass. That actually stops the clock with 1.6 seconds left. So we've got one more play here in the third quarter. It was 3-0 at halftime. The Governors with the lead. Both teams have scored 7-pointers. And now we've got a 10-7 ball game. 3rd and 7. This one goes to Blair, and he's got it. First down, picked up by the Scoopers into the red zone at the 15-yard line. And that'll bring it in to our 3rd quarter of play. Call it to the 14. A pickup of 14. The Scoopers are on the move, but on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's Pierre 10, Sturgis 7. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. 60-second break, and we go to the 4th next. Good one brewing all of a sudden. As we are on the air with Pierre Governor Football, River 92.7, drgnews.com.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Everroot motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Team scoring passing touchdowns. By the way, a Cooper Terwilliger sighting in that 3rd quarter. If you missed it, he caught a 17-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Lounsbury to give the Governors the lead back at 10-7. But as we go to the 4th quarter, here at Woodall Field, it's the home team, the Sturgis Scoopers, who are on the move. And it's a first down at the Governor 14-yard line. And what will be the 12th play of this Scooper drive? They've already picked up 4 chain movers along the way. Middle of the field. Carter Williams rolls right, throws back to the left. It's DeShock, wide open, touchdown! Dalen DeShock catches his 2nd of the evening. Lincoln Schoenhardt out there in coverage a little bit late, but I think he just recognized it a little late. Another well-drawn-up play and well-executed. The first play of the 4th quarter, and the Scoopers are in front once again.
You know, what an excellent design. Run everybody to the right, sneak somebody back to the left side in the back part of the end zone, and what a great pass.
Caught right at the goal line, easy score. Elliott Smith's PAT is good, and the Scoopers take the lead, 14-10. And they are fired up, leading the Pierre Governors. 30 seconds, the Scoopers kick. When we come back, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce, because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward. That moment when you...
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
They'll kick off. Scooper fans are really fired up here tonight. Smith's kickoff is a longer one. It'll bounce at the 20, be taken on a hop by Carson Stoser. Stoser up across the 25 as he had to wait on that hop. That allowed the Scooper coverage to get to him a little bit quicker and minimize the return yardage. So the Governors will have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. They responded once already here in the second half. See if they can respond again.
We do have Terwilliger back in for this series.
This has turned into a pretty good football game, Trent Merkel.
Yeah, this third quarter was excellent.
Lounsbury will start out of the pistol. Carter Merrill behind him. He'll take the handoff. Merrill hits the line of scrimmage with a head of steam, but you've got a big old pile of guys. And Aaron Moravitz, the one who will finally push Merrill back, but a pretty good gain. Positive gain on first down, up ahead of the 30 to the 34, and that's a gain of 5.
Gain of 5, second down at 5.
18th carry of the night for Carter Merrill. 70-plus yards. You know, it used to be that the Governors passed the ball an awful lot, and they had a lot of possessions as a result. But now more of a kind of a team that needs to run the football. Nice play here by Merrill. He breaks away from one tackle with a spin in the backfield. He couldn't break away from the next one. But now that you're running the football more, suddenly the clock runs a lot more swiftly, and you really got to make the most of the plays that you were giving yourself.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that was all Carter Merrill there. You know, he got hit, and he could have potentially lost 2 yards, and it ended up with a 2 or 3 yard gain.
Yeah, I think a 4-yard loss possibly, but he turned it up for 6 more. So it is a 2-yard gain. It's 3rd and 3. Lincoln Dilgis getting set on the far side, on the near side here now. Stalley, and receivers did their job, I guess, in getting set. Here is Terwilliger on a short route, turns it upfield, and Cooper Terwilliger running hard and leading ahead to the 50-yard line. Actually out of bounds, maybe at the 48, but hold the phone. There's a flag on the far side of the field. Governors had receivers on this side who were, I was wondering if they were getting set properly, but the far side official threw the flag. Don't know if this is going to be a legal formation or anything like that, but that's what I was worried about on the near side here.
Illegal
Formation.
Offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty.
Well, it was the far side official who saw that with 5 men in the backfield, as it turns out. 5-yard penalty.
31-yard line.
Wipes off a 12-yard gain and what would have been a first down for Pierre. Now it's 3rd down and about 8. Boy, the penalties have just come at terrible times for the Govs here tonight. This is their 7th. And one touchdown marked, wiped away because of a penalty, and a big long run wiped away because of a penalty in the first half. And here's a long pass over the middle to Shufflebein, and Tegan Wormstead has perfect coverage. And the pass will fall incomplete, and the Governors, thanks to that penalty, are going to be stopped on a 3 now.
Brody Royer set up deep for the Scoopers.
Yeah, this is another thing, Trent, that people have, I think Governor fans over the years have been spoiled. Things that, you know, penalties don't really, yeah, they've had penalties, but they haven't been backbreakers. But this is really, if the Governors don't win this game, I think the penalties are going to be the biggest reason why.
Yeah, I would venture to say we got 8 to 10 penalties, and all of them have come on pretty big plays, if not first downs, a bunch of them. You know, it's hard to overcome that. You know, when your offense is struggling a little bit anyway. You know, we had a good third quarter and you know, got a touchdown, but you know, every big play that gets negated is, you know, puts you in 3rd and long, and 3rd and longs just aren't us tonight.
Yeah. Well, obviously 3rd and 3, it was you can draw up a good play. 3rd and 8, maybe not so much. That was a nice 49-yard punt as Brody Royer let it bounce. Caleb Lounsbury putting the Scoopers down to the 20-yard line. That's where they'll start, but Sturgis has the lead, 14-10. We've got 9:58 to go in our 4th quarter. Keep it on the ground. First down give to Peter Pye.
Off the left side.
Through left guard and tackle. Give him 3 to the 23. Governor defense could use a 3 and out here. There's obviously a lot of time left, but like we were just talking about, when you need as many plays and as many opportunities offensively these days as you can possibly give yourself, that's That's job number one here for the defense. Get the ball back. 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard giddy up. Wind picking up where we're at a little bit more. Pye squirts through here, but only up to the 25. And as Coulter Babcock is feeling the burn on his shoulder, it looks like, he'll come off the field. Babcock is really, he got a stinger of some kind. I hope that's all that is, but the Governors could use his defense out there for sure.
Yeah, the last thing that Pierre needs is just another injury, another shoulder injury.
So 3rd and 5 here for Sturgis. Big play for them as they try to sustain a drive here with 8:40, clock counting down 4th quarter and a 14-10 lead. Carter Williams will direct traffic. Pye out of the backfield. Fakes that way, goes the other way to Deshock. And Deshock will follow a blocker, and he's got a scooper first down across the 30-yard line. Flag is out there, though. Was it a hold on that lead block? Apparently, that is going to be the case. So the Governors get a break as Noah Schaefer's was trying to lead the way. Spot of the foul was ahead of the line of scrimmage a little bit. They'll mark it from the 29 back to the 19. So a 4-yard hookup to Deshock, but a 10-yard penalty. 5th penalty for the Scoopers, and their penalties have been harmful tonight for sure as well. Maybe not quite to the extent to the Governors, but this one negates a first down pickup, and now it's 3rd and a dozen. Williams from the far hash takes the snap, rolls right, short side of the field, but wide open is Tegan Wormstead. Governors are saying incomplete. Did he come down out of bounds? It looks like he did. Yeah, incomplete pass. So another big break here for the Governors on this sequence, and Sturgis will have to punt into the breeze now in the 4th quarter, and the Governors stand to get real nice field position here. Williams has punted 4 times so far. This will be his 5th. Bit of a high snap, but he's tall enough to haul it in. A high punt and short. It bounces shy of the 40. It takes a pure bounce inside the 35 to the 34. That'll be a kick of only 15 yards. And the Governors have, for the 2nd time tonight, a drive starting on the Sturgis side of the field.
This will be an excellent opportunity to get some more points on the board. You know, 8 minutes to go, 4th quarter down. We need something to happen, and you know, maybe we got to go to Terwilliger in this series. You know, just keep going to him. You know, he seems to be open, and he's a great big target, and he was money in the 3rd quarter.
This is the opportunity you do not want to waste if you're Pierre, no doubt about it. Trailing 14-10, 8:11 to go as we start this drive up on the Scooper 34-yard line. Far hash mark, Lounsbury's in the pistol. They'll pitch it left to Carter Merrill, short side of the field, but he had running room, but a nice pursuit here by Jaden Blair. Jaden Blair, one of these guys I think that has come in because of injuries for certain Scooper players, and he's played pretty well. Merrill with 4. I thought he was going to get even more than that. 20 carries now for about 79 yards for Carter Merrill on my stat sheet. 2nd down and 6. Clock stopped, the play went out of bounds. They'll fake it to Merrill. Lounsbury rolls out, there's Terwilliger. 25 to the 20, still on his feet. 10, 5, touchdown! Cooper Terwilliger. Had my wrong Cooper, but it's the right one you called earlier. Terwilliger in space. He doesn't look injured at all. I know he's got a shoulder problem, but boy, everything below the shoulders is still working well, and the Governors reclaim the lead on a 30-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Lounsbury to Cooper Terwilliger.
You know, there's definitely some chemistry there between Terwilliger and Lounsbury. Yeah, you know, it's rather evident. You know, he came into the game and he's totally changed the game. You know, that Pierre offense without him was pretty stagnant and maybe even a little bit ugly, but with him in the game, they look real good.
Templeton to try to make it a 3-point game. Lounsbury had to adjust off of receiving the snap. He does a good job. Templeton gets it through. It's a 17-14 Pierre Governor lead with 7:56 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll pause for 30 seconds. Governor's kick when we return. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Keenholz wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Lead changes here in the second half since the Governors led 3-0 at halftime. Templeton's kickoff goes deep to the 5. Royer will take it there. We've already got a flag thrown here against the Scoopers, most likely. Good open field tackle for the Governors. As number 83, Jet Brewer, comes in and drops the return man. Boy, Scoopers have really had trouble on these returns. Another block in the back. And you know, Trent, Chris Koletsky, I don't know if you heard it, but he said that special teams was an issue for them last week. He didn't necessarily say because of penalties, but this is at least the third time they've had a block in the back on a return.
Yeah, that just sets you up for, you know, being inside your own 20. You know, that just eliminates plays that you can run, you know, back there. You know, you take a sack and now you're at the 5-yard line. You do anything wrong, you're giving up a touchdown and going down by 2 scores. So you have to be a little bit conservative with where they're at.
Well, this one puts them half the distance at the 7-yard line. So first down, they'll stay on the ground with Pye. He'll get to the 10. And Johnny Sharon gets to him and puts him on the ground. Another opportunity here for the Governor defense. If the momentum is truly on the Pierce side, the defense will do whatever they can to get the ball back quickly. And now with the lead in the fourth quarter, now's the time to really start trying to work the clock. And that starts with the defense getting a quick 3 and out if possible. 2nd and 7. Williams will set everybody up, trips to the right, far side of the field. But he'll go to his tight end again. He wants to shock. Stalley saw this one coming. He gets a hand in the passing lane. And along with Kellen Hansen there in coverage, DeShock hanging his head. I think he thought he should have had that one, but I'm not so sure Stalley didn't get a hand on it.
Yeah, there's excellent coverage. I think he probably feels like he dropped it, but the coverage was definitely good.
I think Stalley recognized that play very, very well. The Scoopers have scored on that play once, and they've given up another big play on that same play over the course of the game. Stalley didn't allow it to happen this time. Now 3rd and 7. Passing down once again for the Scoopers. They've already thrown the ball 28 times. Here comes 29. Williams over the middle, overshoots Jesse Lane. Porter Hunsley got his hands up there. Almost looked like he was going to pick it off. But from the 10-yard line, got a holding penalty here against the Scoopers. The Governors will decline it. Sturgis is going to have to punt, and once again, they're going to have to punt into what is becoming a stiff breeze. We could hear the wind in the microphone of the referee. when he was making that call. Joe Martin and his crew, they're doing a pretty good job. Here's Williams kicking from the goal line. Low line drive punt. It'll bounce at the 40. The Governors will back off. They'll take good field position there. They scored on a 34-yard field last time. They've got a 40-yard field to work with here. 17-14 Pierce, 6:59 to play. And the Governors have a chance to at least try to make it a 2-score game. And if nothing else, they've also got an opportunity to start bleeding some clock here.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if we don't see a large dose of Carter Merrill here. You know, though, Steve Still, you know, he's not afraid to tack downfield when he's got the wind at his back and he's got Terwilliger in the game. So
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. 1st and 10 here. Gov's in good shape right now as long as they execute. Caleb Lounsbury takes the first down, snap, fakes it, throws left. Scoopers are right on top of him. There's Terwilliger over the top at the 25-yard line. What a pass by Caleb Lounsbury this time. He had 2 defenders staring him in the face. Lounsbury just throws it up, and his big 6'5" tight end, Cooper Terwilliger, comes down with it. He advances it inside the 20 to the 13-yard line, a gain of 27. Now that play, that looked like it could have been disastrous for the Governors. It was a well-timed blitz, I think, by the Scoopers, but the way the pass was thrown, there was a defender who just missed it, but Terwilliger brings it in for 27 yards. Now it's Merrill on the ground, slips 1 and 2 tackles inside the 10, spins his way down to about the 7. Sperling finally on the stop, 6 yards for Carter Merrill. Suddenly it really feels like Governor football is what we're being treated to again.
You know, you put a 6'6" tight end in the game and it changes everything.
So the Governors taking their time once again, getting the play in. 6 yards for Merrill, so 2nd and 4 in the red zone. They're down to the 7-yard line, not 2nd and goal. Watch Shufflebein on the near side. Lounsbury's going to keep it with Merrill. He can't get away from first contact here. That's a good play by Aaron Moravitz. Moravitz is a nose tackle, but he looks athletic even from a distance up here. That guy's made some plays. He's been in the backfield a lot tonight. And this is a loss back outside the 10. Out to the 12-yard line. I'm calling it 3rd and 9 here.
He doesn't move like he weighs 265, that's for sure.
3rd and 9, we're down to the 5-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. 17-14, Govs, low snap. Lounsbury has it, throws the screen over the middle. There's Merrill, 10-5, touchdown, but a flag is thrown. What a pretty screen that turned out to be as Merrill scores right up the middle of the field and nowhere near the play. A flag is thrown, and according to George Staley's reaction, it looks like he's probably going to be guilty of a hold. Ineligible downfield, so it was one of the linemen. It wasn't a holding penalty or anything like that. The crowd is, okay, let's just laugh this one a little bit. The crowd chanting, "You can't do that." Do they really know what ineligible downfield means, though? I mean, when the youngsters are saying things like that. At any rate, a loss, that's a 5-yard penalty, and yet again, a penalty on the Governors marks off or negates a touchdown in this case. 3rd and 13, the Govs have it at the 17-yard line. Sturgis showing blitz. Lounsbury bobbles the snap, tries to pick it up. The ball is on the ground. I think the Scoopers have it. Now they're not celebrating. I think the Governors were lucky to fall back on it. Oh my. Sturgis showed blitz from both ends of the D-line. Lounsbury bobbled it. He might have been the one that ultimately fell back on it, but the Governors pushed back 8 yards here.
You know, a super low snap, and Lounsbury was in the process of backing up when the snap got to him. We're gonna try a 42-yard field goal.
Templeton, he has the foot. He made a 28-yarder from the right hash in the first half. This is a 42-yarder from the left hash. It's got the distance. It is good. No good. It's left. He missed it left. Boy, that sure looked like it was falling right on through, but Carter Templeton just misses from 42 yards out. Sturgis will have it on a touchback at the 20-yard line. Penalties and fumbled snaps and the like. Doing the Governors in once again. And on a drive where they started at the Sturgis 40-yard line, they come up empty. This time they do still lead, though, 17-14. And Sturgis has not great field position, let's put it that way. At least they're not inside their own 10-yard line this time. Defense has to pin their ears back again. It's go time here.
Yeah, we definitely got to get some pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to throw this ball a little bit, you know, with only 3:55 to go. They can't just take a 15-play, you know, 5-minute drive. That's just not going to work.
High with good yardage on first down. He's got a first down gained. He just found a river of blockers to go behind, and he was able to make it across the 30-yard line to the 32. Pickup of 12. Peter Pye's longest gain of the night. That's the longest rushing play. Actually, Carter Williams had a 12-yarder to start the second half as well from the quarterback spot. First and 10 from the 32. 3.5 minutes, and just like any other peer opponent over the course of the season, they got an opportunity to beat the Governors. They're going to relish every minute of it here, and that's what Sturgis is hoping for. Jesse Lane with a quick catch out on the far side. Actually, Wormstead it was. And the Scoopers will have it with 3 yards on that one to the 35-yard line.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Wormstead has one big catch tonight at 36 yards. Everything else has been pretty short. 2nd and 7 now. 6 catches overall. We're under 3 minutes to play. Wind picking up. Deep drop. They're setting up a screen, and Wormstead is overthrown. Lincoln Schoenhardt with him helps him back up. The Governors had somebody behind that pass that looked like they could have had a chance at a pick off, but he was engaged in against a block. So incomplete, and it's 3rd and 7 from the 35. Did not expect 30 passing attempts for Sturgis tonight. Now, 2 years ago, the last time these two teams played, they threw the ball quite a bit. 3rd and 7, big play for the Scoops. 2:43 clock stop. They fake it, and they'll keep it on the ground with their quarterback. Williams is tackled for a loss. 3 Governors are there. Schoenhardt in the area. I saw Jacob Mikkinen getting in there as well.
You know, that they've ran that play now 3 times, and the other 2 times it went for about 8 yards, and finally Pierre adjusted to it and made a great defensive stop.
Scoopers are probably forced to go for it here on 4th and 10 at their own 32. They're going to take a moment to talk about it. A Coca-Cola timeout. We'll take a Coke break with them. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 2:18 to play. It's Pierre 17, Sturgis 14. We're back in 30. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Leaning one way and gone the other way a couple of times tonight, or they've gone quickly when they try to draw the attention one side and they go up the middle to their tight end. Maybe something like that once again, but will the Governors bite once again?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. Will we bite? I guess we're gonna find out here in about 30 seconds. But I kind of think they'll probably go to their tight end. He's been kind of their bread and butter. But
DeShock is on the right end right now, far hash mark. 4th and 10. Sturgis has to have this play. The Governors, no, we've got a penalty. And apparently a false start already by the Scoopers. Flag thrown by the far side official.
Encroachment offense. Number 14 is lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard
Okay, DeShock, the guy we were keeping an eye on, lines up in the neutral zone. You don't see that from the offense very often. But 4th and 10 just got a little more difficult. We'll call it 4th and 15 now. And another timeout will have to be taken by Coach Koletsky. That was not part of the plan from that previous timeout. He can guarantee that. Another 30-second Coke break here. Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre sponsoring timeouts. Still 2:18 to go. 17-14 Governors. This is Pierre football.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Lumberland.com.
4th and 15 now. Second charge timeout to the Scoopers here in the second half as they try to move the chains somehow, but they've only got the one opportunity to do it. It'll be up to the Governors to play clean on this one. You're almost a little frustrated if you're Pierre. You got an opportunity with that penalty to see how they were lining up, and now they may come out and do something completely different here. Governors have 5 defensive backs, 2 linebackers in the middle, 4 down linemen. Carter Williams will go from the gun. Biggest play of the game in a 3-point Pierre lead. Williams with 4 wide in the pattern. He's got Wormstead, and then they hand off, and a chance for the Scoopers, but upended at the 40-yard line. Cole Litson, the wide receiver, falls at the 40, and that is 3 yards shy of a Scooper first down. A good play there. It was basically a hook and ladder. It was more of a handoff from Wormstead.
But if Wormstead, I think, keeps the ball, I think he gets the first down. You know, he handed it off going back into the defense of the Governors, and I truly believe that Wormstead gets the first down if he keeps the ball. Now, that's not the play design, and that's easy to see from up here, but, you know, golden opportunity missed by them on 4th and 15.
So the Governors have it again at the Scooper 40-yard line. They've got 2:08 to play. Sturgis only has 1 timeout now, so the Governors have a real golden opportunity to just simply run the clock out. Still 17-14 now on the near hash mark. Lounsbury, it's a pitch out to Merrill. He's running far side. He's caught up to by Calvin Kettleson just inside the 40. Scoopers will take their final timeout now. And if you're Sturgis, unfortunately, they had to take 2 timeouts, not 1, because of an encroachment offside penalty on that last drive. Give Merrill 2 yards here. Timeout on the field. We'll just keep it here. And kind of prognosticate what the Governors might be able to do. So now with 1:59 left, Pierce still needs to pick up a first down here. What do you get, 35 seconds, I think, per play? Or 40, even. When we don't see a play clock, I guess that's a tougher question to answer, but I think the bottom line is the Governors are probably going to keep it on the ground, but they have to pick up a first down if they want to just run the clock out and break this 4-game losing streak.
I don't see Steve still throwing the ball, not on second down. He'll do it on third down. He needs a first down. He doesn't want to give the ball back to them with any time left. And he's never been a guy to leave it in the other team's hands. He's going to go try to win the game right here.
So the Scoopers out of timeouts. They'll be trying to strip the football. Carter Merrill likely to get the handoff here. Lounsbury tried to freeze play. Sturgis didn't bite at all. Clock not running after that timeout. We have 1:59 to play. This is 2nd and 8 for the Governors. Snap is good. The handoff is there. Merrill bounces, and he can't get away from the ankle tackle. Kettleson is there. We always talk about these wrestlers that the Governors have had as linebackers making good wrestling-type tackles. Calvin Kettleson is that type of player. He's a Sturgis wrestler, part of the state champs from a year ago. 3 for Merrill gives the Governors a 3rd and 5 opportunity now. I think 3rd and 5, you run it. I think if it's 3rd and a little bit longer, maybe you're throwing the football. Terwilliger though, slot right.
I think I'd throw it to Terwilliger. He's been on fire. Just caught everything that's thrown his way.
Timeout Governors. They tried to get Sturgis to jump. Coach Steele asks for time though, when that didn't work. So 1:13 to go, and the Governors take their first time out of the 4th quarter, or of the second half. They lead 17-14. We'll pause for a 30-second Coke break, and we're back with more Pierre Governor football.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky
Welcome
for
back
us.
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
A year of Fridays ago, what we had when we were in T area in the cold and wind and rain here out in the foothills of the Black Hills. We've got 58 degrees or so. At any rate, big play, 57, thank you. This is a quarterback keeper, and it's E.J. Bucci who's got the first down, and the Governors are going to salt this one away. Coach Steele takes that timeout. Maybe he changed his mind. Maybe that's what he had in mind all along, huh? Get Bucci in there. Bucci has run some quarterback plays here of late, and this is a big one that puts the Governors to the 21. First down. Sturgis is out of timeouts. We're in the final minute. That's pretty much your ball game right there, as long as the Governors can complete a snap. And Lounsbury's under center now. Victory formation. He'll step back and kneel on it. And that should do it. 40-second play clock. 34 seconds to go. This one is in the books, and the Governors have broken their 4-game losing streak. A great ball game, well played, especially in the second half. First half, kind of meh. Second half, both teams score 14, but the Governors had that 3-0 lead at halftime, and they make it stand up. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard: the Governors 17, the Sturgis Scoopers 14. Scoopers fall to 2-5 on the season. The Governors will improve to 3-4. They pick up a big win here tonight, 17-14, your final score. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll talk about it after we step away for 3 minutes. Your post game is on the way. It's brought to you by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. We'll have a conversation with head coach Steve Steele. We'll talk big plays of the game and your player of the game, among other things, and a full recap too, all coming up in our Family Dental post game. In 3 minutes, the Governors win. River 92.7 at drgnews.com.
patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest and best looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs. Call Family Dental at 224-7774 today.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as a basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 an hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 3. That's 833-605-5483, extension 3, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Welcome back to Woodle Field in Sturgis. Beautiful night out here in the Black Hills. And well, Governor fans who made the trip heading home, a happy bunch for the first time actually in 5 weeks. Governors won their first 2 games of the year. Got a little trip up from Watertown at home. They lost in a shutout at Brookings. Of course, the more blowout losses to Yankton and to O'Gorman last week. That 4-game losing streak is history. Coach Steve Steele is already making his way up here to talk about it, but we welcome you to our Family Dental post-game. Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. Trent Merkwan with the help on this one. We'll talk with Merk a little bit later on, but let's bring in Coach Steele. And my goodness, Coach, I mean, we've one thing we've enjoyed, I guess, this season, if you want to look at it that way, because we're all football fans, is real, football and situational football, which maybe hasn't been the case when you've had high-powered offenses in the last year. This really felt like a situational football game. The football fans, who like defense in the first half, who like offense in that second half, everybody got a little bit of their money's worth tonight. But the bottom line is on the winning side once again.
Yeah, it does, and really a lot of just confidence comes from winning a close game. It's one thing to be pushed, but again, after that skid, it's just you kind of question, can we do this? And it's just that you're hoping you can, you're feeling okay, but once you actually do it, I think you get a little bit more confidence, you get the monkey off your back, and I think hopefully that lets them play a little freer next week.
We talked in pregame about, I think on paper, this really was a very even game, and in recent history, that's the the way things have gone, it's hard to understand a little bit, but I think we got everything we expected. Now in the first half, you had opportunities. You go in 3-0, but you had to be a little bit frustrated by some of the opportunities that weren't taken advantage of, and plus the penalties that were wiping things away too.
Yeah, it was a challenge. We kind of were more of the same in the first half, where we had one thing, whatever that thing was, that kind of killed drives. But it's tough. You lose 3 touchdowns to a flag. That's a really hard thing to take. So, really, really proud of the guys for sticking through it. Not getting frustrated and finding a way to get it done in the end.
You bring in Cooper Terwilliger in that second half to kind of change the whole complexion of the game. Was that planned, or was that only out of necessity, maybe because the game was closer than you were hoping it would be?
Yeah, a little bit out of necessity, but honestly, we found out today at 11 o'clock he was cleared to play. So, that wasn't part of the plan going into the day when I woke up today even, but obviously when you get that call, he's a kid that, we tried to keep him out, but at the same point, you've seen what he can do. He can completely change a game. So, once we got the bill of health and we got to halftime, we just knew we had to do it.
But he comes into this game, and all of a sudden, Caleb Lounsbury looks like a different quarterback too.
Yeah,
he played well tonight in the second half.
Yeah, he did, and a lot of that again is it's just it's kind of that little bit of a safety blanket. With the deeper throws, you've kind of got to be perfect. With some of them, and that was tough. I think the breeze was pretty big in the first half. It kind of settled down in the second, but it was a pretty good wind away from the scoreboard in the first half. So some of those were a little tough, but I think that just gave him a little bit more comfort back there, knowing that he didn't have to be perfect because he's just such a big target, and it really worked for us.
Once again, you can point to the defense in giving, pitching the shutout in the first half, even though they kind of punched you in the mouth right away in that second half. But the big responses that you had from their 2 touchdowns were really, obviously that's why you're winning this game, because you were able to respond.
Yeah, and again, that's what you want to see from close football games. It's always a challenge, but you want to see the guys respond, and you want to see them be excited and not be like, oh no, and wonder what if. You've got to be able to go and play with that confidence that we're going to go find a way to get this done. We just have to go make the next play and then the next one. And again, I hope that this is a win that sparks that confidence in them, that they know they can win a close game and they know they can do it against a lot of adversity.
It almost does this feel like a playoff game at all, because we're kind of really getting down to crunch time, and every game matters that much more right now.
Yeah, I think it does. But again, I think more so from not so much from a win-loss standpoint or a record, but just from a confidence one. Again, it wears on you. Just again, think of baseball season. When you're going to see a hitter in a slump, it just kind of wears on them. And I think that's kind of where we were at. So finding a way to get the job done today and get a win feels good. If for no other reason than no, we can again.
Spearfish is next week. They're at home, and Spearfish has been the surprise team of the season, if it's not Brookings. But I think Spearfish even more, that 5-1 record, and I'm just envisioning a team that is fast all over the place, and they've been winning because of big plays. That's a tough one coming up.
Yeah, it'll be a big game next week. It'll be a lot of fun, and again, it's another one of those top 4 teams. So you want to be able to find success and have confidence against them, because that's the way the seeding's going to be. That's the one that we're going to get one of those 4. And you want to have confidence against that group.
Coach, looking forward to it. This was a fun one as it turned out tonight. Good luck next week, and congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Steve Steele, the Governor head coach, wins this one with his team coming out on top, 17-14. 17-14 the final, as Trent Merkwan gears back up here to talk about this one. And Trent, when we're talking about the way this one felt, it felt like just a good football game. It wasn't a lot of fun to watch. It was almost frustrating from a fan standpoint for a lot of reasons. I think just basically because plays weren't being made in that first half, but with the fact that they were made on both sides of the football, both teams making plays in that second half. I just feel a lot better to the fact that we were treated to a pretty good football game in the end.
Yeah, definitely. That first half, just as you said, it was ugly. But the second half, you put Terwilliger in the game, and he totally changed it. You could tell that Lounsbury was a lot more comfortable with him in the game. He knew that he had an out. And he knew he could just throw it up to Cooper and he'd go get it. And not that he can't do it with those other receivers, it's just that his comfort level with Cooper is there. The chemistry you can see the chemistry there. And, you complete a few passes as a quarterback, and now you got a little more confidence, especially on third down. He completed a few passes, and, he got 2 touchdown passes in the second half, and turned out to be a really good football game. As bad as the first half was, the second half was about was good.
Obviously you're a quarterback, Hall of Famer for those who aren't aware of this in Governor lore, but did you ever feel like you had to put so much more zip on a pass when you're throwing longer routes, as Lounsbury does to his wideouts, but you can throw with a little more touch when you're throwing to your tight end across the middle?
The bigger the target, the easier it is, because first of all, you can see him. I think I made a comment earlier tonight about not being able to see. I think there was a play that he threw to the far side of the field. I think he threw it right where he wanted to throw it. He just couldn't see because, he delivered the ball with a tight spiral, and it went right where he wanted it to. It's just that the receiver wasn't there because he couldn't see him. Now you throw a great big receiver out there that's 6'5" or 6'6", whatever Cooper is, and he's wide too, and he becomes this great big target, and he's going to create space, and you're not going to throw an interception even if you throw a bad ball just because of his size. Well, it gives you all the confidence in the world. As compared to throwing it to George, who's 5'9" or 5'10", whatever George is, and it's just easier to throw to those big guys when the pressure's on you.
Coach said that Terwilliger gets the green light at 11 o'clock this morning. We're looking at Cooper in warm-ups thinking he was kind of lumbering a little bit, but I tell you what, in game situations, he looked like he was a machine, really, the way he was running after catch.
Yeah, not to just brag on Cooper all night here, but he was pretty awesome.
We'll brag on him.
Yeah,
I'll just foreshadow.
He was pretty awesome.
He's my player of the game already because of just the way the game changed the moment he stepped onto the field. So we got plenty more to talk about, but let's take a quick break. Another 3-minute timeout. We've got big plays of the game. I'll give you the full recap as well and stats, and of course big plays of the game. Your player of the game will make it official later on too. Our Family Dental post game continues after this 3-minute break. You're listening to Governor Football.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
This is Coach Scott Nye from your Pierre Governors and the team at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, where we focus on coaching something just as important, your finances. Everyone needs guidance through life's key financial decisions and challenges, not to mention the opportunity to feel confident that their retirement strategy will help them pursue the lifestyle they've dreamed about. As you're looking for the right team to assist you, we're right up the street and ready to provide you the help that can make all the difference. Contact our peer office today by visiting rankygray.com.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The
Garage Doors. The overhead door company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Back at Woodall Field, and we continue our post game as the Governors defeat the Sturgis Scoopers 17-14. Let's run down the recap in this one. Of course, there were opportunities for Pierre in that first half. There were touchdowns and first downs wiped away because of penalties. We talked to Coach Steele about that. But the bottom line was the Governors do get a 28-yard field goal from Carter Templeton at the 1:18 mark of the second quarter, and they go to halftime with a 3-0 lead. Sturgis comes out, though, starts the second half, and they get a quick drive in 4 plays, 73 yards total. They had a 36-yard hookup with Carter Williams to Tegan Wormstead that set him up at the 25-yard line. And the very next play, they put all the attention to the right side, and they went to their tight end to the left. And Dalen DeShaw catches it and turns and runs it in from 25 yards out. And Sturgis suddenly, with less than 2 minutes gone by in the second half, leads 7-3. But the Governors responded for the first time on a short kick. They go 54 yards in 6 plays, and they get a Cooper Terwilliger sighting. As we mentioned, the hookup from Caleb Lounsbury from 17 yards out, and Carter Templeton makes it 10-7 with the PAT, that at the 7:40 mark of the third quarter. Both offenses sputtered a little bit, though, after first down pickups, but both teams punted. Then Sturgis comes up with their next best drive, 74 yards in 12 plays to close out the third quarter. And on the first play of the fourth quarter, it was Williams to DeShock for the second time tonight, this time from 14 yards out, and it was a rollout to the right, but a toss back to the left to the tight end, who catches it at the goal line. Elliott Smith's PAT made it 14-10 Scoopers with 11:54 to play. And after back-to-back punts of both teams combined, the Governor defense was able to help get the Governors the field position advantage, and a short punt into the wind set the Govs up at the 34-yard line of the Sturgis Scoopers after a 4-yard Carter Merrill run to put them at the 30. Then it was Lounsbury to Terwilliger again. Crossing route coming to the near side. He turned it up the sideline, and Terwilliger was able to run it in from 30 yards out after the catch, as Lounsbury and Terwilliger hook up twice, as do Carter Williams and Dalen DeShock. That's quarterback to tight end 2 times over for both teams. But this one made it 17-14 with still under 8 minutes to play. The Governor defense held on a 3-and-out. And another short field set Pierre up at the 40-yard line, but on a 26-yard play to get down to the 13-yard line, the Governors were really in business. Looked like they were ready to go up by 2 scores, but I think another penalty wiped away a 12-yard would-be touchdown, and then a botched snap lost another 8 yards for them, and they ended up trying a 42-yard field goal. Templeton had the leg for it, but he just missed it to the left from the left hash, and that would have been a little bit extra for the Governors. They could have had a 20-14 lead, but they do hold Sturgis on downs at the 2:08 mark. Sturgis had to use a couple of timeouts on their last possession, and once they spent their final timeout in the Governor's final possession, Pierre was able to run it out. A big 14-yard run from E.J. Bucci was the third down conversion that the Governors needed, and they were able to kneel on it one time, and this one was in the books. The Governors win it 17-14. Pierre on the game will roll up about 248 yards of total offense, 86 on the ground. And Carter Merrill himself runs for 86 yards on 24 carries. Had Caleb Lounsbury for 5 carries, but a total of 14 yards. E.J. Bucci with 14 yards. Actually, for some reason, I didn't add that any more up. I canceled out the 2 14s. Let's add that to 114 yards of total ground offense. Lounsbury through the air will go for 262 yards, completing 13 of 24 passes. So overall, It is 276 yards of total offense. But Lounsbury, again, 13 of 24, 162. The 2 touchdowns to Terwilliger from 17 and 30 yards out. And overall, it's Terwilliger, the leading catcher. As far as yardage goes, 3 catches for 74 yards. He had another big one that would have been a first down that was also wiped away because of a penalty. But Carter Schuffelbein catches 4 passes for 43 yards. George Stalley, 3 catches for 16 yards. A 13-yarder for Carter Merrill. A 10-yarder to Lincoln Dilgis early in the game. And Trevor Rounds catches 1 for 6 yards tonight. So passing offense, I think tonight looked as good as it has really since the first half of the Watertown game, which was the 3rd game of the season. But Pierre did commit 8 penalties that marked 60 yards against them. They pick up 10 first downs, and they lost 1 fumble in the first half, their only turnover of the game. 276 total offense for Pierre. Sturgis, who was held to 53 yards in the first half, finishes with 242 on the ground. With them, 94 yards total. Peter Pye, 48 yards on 14 carries. Jackson Cano, 4 carries at the end of the first half for 24 yards. Carter Williams, the quarterback, 4 carries for 16 yards. Sully Jost, who is the featured back on this team, ran once for 6 yards on their first play of the game, but did not come back. I think he got either his bell rung or a leg injury of some kind. He was trying to loosen up on the sideline throughout the game, but never did return. I think that's very unfortunate for Sturgis. We'll talk about that point a little bit later on here. But 94 yards on the ground total. Unofficially, Carter Williams, 14 out of 31 through the air for 148 yards. 2 touchdowns to Dalen DeShock of 25 and 14 yards. Meanwhile, Tegan Wormstead catches 7 passes for 63 yards. DeShock, 5 catches for 56 yards with those 2 touchdowns. Jaden Blair catches 2 for 25, and Jesse Lane 3 catches for 19 yards. 7 penalties marked against the Scoopers for 68 yards. Penalties hurt them heavily in that second half as well. They actually pick up more first downs than Pierre, 9 in the second half, 12 overall in the game, but 2 fumbles, a muffed punt, and a straight fumble in that first half were there. 2 turnovers in this game. The final score 17-14. It's the Governors improving to 3-4 on the season. Trent Merkwan, that just one thought about Sully Jost not able to play in this game after his first play. Makes you wonder, is Sturgis throwing the football as much in this game, or are they able to pick up more first downs and chew more clock with a big, very good running back, according to Coach Steve Steele? He was really concerned in having to defend Jost, and you and I, having not really seen him, we don't know what that took away from this game, but it does kind of make you wonder. Sturgis has to feel pretty good, I think, about how they played without their top player, really.
Yeah, you really got to wonder, because when you go into a game like that, you have a game plan, and then your game plan is to run the football. I don't think they've thrown the football 30 times this year, according to Steele. They hadn't. And then you end up throwing it 30 times. Well, that's not what you plan to do, so it changes everything that you're going to do. That becomes problematic on lots of different sets. The kids are a little confused on where they probably need to go. You haven't practiced that in practice this week. You're probably running plays that you haven't run for a couple weeks in practice. So it definitely changes things. But everybody's got to adjust, just like we didn't know we were going to have Cooper Terwilliger either until the second half. That's a little bit different. We had a player come in, they had a player go out.
Yeah.
But
look at Sturgis' schedule. I mean, they're 2-5 now, and they could have easily won this game. As it turned out, if they had the 2 one-point losses, I mean, this team could be 5-2, and unfortunately, they might not make the postseason because of where they're at in their PowerPoint average right now. So it's tough, but it's just another good indicator of kind of how evenly bunched everything is in 11AA this season.
You talked about parity earlier, and the 11AA definitely has a lot of parity, and it's just unfortunate. Sturgis tonight played a good game. We made one more play, and that field goal kick was the play. That's besides that, their tight end scores 2, our tight end scores 2. and in the second half. Both offenses in the first half were not good. The defenses in the first half maybe were good, and maybe that's what caused the offenses not to look as good as they were. But definitely made some adjustments at halftime. Sturgis definitely did.
Yeah.
You know, our adjustment was we put Cooper Terwilliger in the game.
Such is life. Such is football, and football is life.
Yeah.
You might say. Big plays in the game, all making it all happen, and big plays in our game and our post game are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. We'll touch on those after you hear this from Hermanson Endodontics, our Governor post game.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre, and just as we were talking about, of course, the touchdown plays, they're all big plays. Each one for Sturgis, and both of them from Caleb Lounsbury to Cooper Terwilliger. But the difference in this game is really the first field goal that the Governors have kicked this season. A 28-yarder from Carter Templeton that closed out the first half, and the fact, Trent, that the Govs had a short field to play on because of the fumble that they had recovered, that set them up for the three-pointer. They actually tried a 42-yarder earlier, but I'm going to put this as kind of another big play. The fact that the Governors in the second and the fourth quarters were playing with the wind at their back, and Sturgis had problems kicking against the wind in particular. Field position became a big game, and it's simply just the fact that the conditions as they are played as the game played out in the Governor's favor, and that's as much of a big play to me as any play that was made on the field.
You know, one aspect of every football game is special teams, and you know, when the wind's blowing like it was tonight, and it did change. It got gusty here and there, and then it came out of a different direction for a little bit, and you know, it wasn't just a consistent wind either. But we definitely had two opportunities because of the wind at our back. You know, that 42-yard field goal. Both of you and I thought it was good. I mean, I thought it was good too, but evidently, I mean, the referee was standing right there, so he didn't miss that. It's just the angle at which we saw it looked like it was good, you know, but we would have never attempted that against the wind.
No.
The 28-yarder that he made, we probably would not have attempted either, had it not been for special teams in good field position based on wind.
The fact that they just needed points on the board, it came up as a big play at the time, and little did we know it was going to be the difference in the game. I thought it could be the difference of the game, but the final score might have stayed at 3-0 as it turned out, the way that first half was going. But still, good ball game, big plays of the game, and especially the field goal kicking tonight comes up as a big play. You can tack on the nail in the coffin run by E.J. Bucci as a big play and a well-timed play for the Governors in that case as well. Big plays are all part of this one, and they are sponsored by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. We've already mentioned our player of the game. We'll just get it out of the way with Cooper Terwilliger coming in here. Not only his 3 catches for 74 yards, he had the 2 touchdowns, but we can't stress enough what change in this game's complexion occurred when Cooper Terwilliger stepped onto the field in the second half. And again, it settled Caleb Lounsbury down. It settled maybe the rest of the Governor offense down a little bit. And the fact that the Govs trailed twice in this game, there was no panic because of the playmaking ability of Cooper Terwilliger tonight.
Yeah, you know, it looked like when Cooper came in the game, even though he's a sophomore, his leadership was no doubt that the whole team changed. Lounsbury was comfortable with him in the game. The throw that Lounsbury made off of his back foot, you know, basically taking a big shot down the left side of the field at about the 20-yard line, you know, that was quite a play. He put that ball in the money, and he took a shot. But Cooper at 6'5", once again, you know, comes down with the ball, and he knows when he throws it up to him, it's not going to get intercepted, and that's comfort, and that's chemistry, and that's what wins football games. Comfort, chemistry, offensive, defensive lines, good protection.
And with the injuries that they've got, they're playing hurt, and they've got a couple of guys missing, but with Cooper coming in and playing hurt himself, now you've got a little bit of a toughness attitude that could carry you a little bit further here in this tail stretch of the regular season. Cooper Terwilligers are a player of the game. That's brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Let's hear from them, and we'll come back and we'll wrap this one up, including giving you a rundown of scores in Class 11AA as the Govs win in Sturgis tonight.
Howdy, partners. Did you know that you can save up to 30 cents on a gallon of gas instantly when you use the Sinclair DinoPay app at all Cowboy Country Store locations? It's true, and it's fast, secure, and simple to use. Just go to your app store and download the green DinoPay app, follow the prompts, and save big money at the pump today.
Convenience from the country, Cowboy Country Stores.
Cowboy Country Stores, player of the game, Cooper Terwilliger, and good to have him back, and especially being cleared to play. Governors could use him down the stretch, especially when they host the Spearfish Spartans next week. Spearfish put a hurting on Douglas tonight, 58-0 up the road here in the Northern Hills as Spearfish hosted Douglas tonight. Some surprises tonight, though. Good defenses. Huron knocks off Aberdeen Central. That snaps a 3-game win streak for the Golden Eagles, but Huron wins it 10-0, and the Tigers are trying to play themselves back into the playoff picture. They were the 8th seed coming into tonight. Watertown shuts out T-Area 25-0, and Yankton in a good ball game. Better than Brookings, though, 24-7 as Yankton continues to play well. Mitchell Falls in their AAA opponent tonight, 47-0, the final in that one. Rapid City Central loses to Sioux Falls Lincoln, 46-7. Harrisburg over Sioux Falls Jefferson, number 1 beating number 4 in AAA, 21-14. Roosevelt over Rapid City Stevens, 35-7. And how about this one? O'Gorman 35, Sioux Falls Washington 33. The final in that one. Of course, the Knights won in Pierre a week ago. Mobridge Pollock a winner tonight from Central South Dakota, 21-0 over Clark Willow Lake. And on KPLO, Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central at 32-0 shutout over Chamberlain. Mount Vernon Plankinson beats Miller Highmore Herald 49-6. And again, in the 9-man ranks with Stanley County off tonight. Other scores had, another win for Hill City. They go to Kadoka, beat the Cougars 50-16. Running down Central South Dakota scores, New Underwood over Jones County 58-30. And other 9-man efforts tonight. I know Sully Buttes was hosting Harriet Selby. We had that one on KMLO FM. The Chargers roll again. In fact, they're leading 50-6 in the final minutes of that game. Faulkton area beats Hitchcock Tulare 48-14. And just running down whatever else we can find. Good game here. Parkston over Woolsey Wessington, number 1 over number 4 in 9AA, 30-22. And it was Phillip beating the Lyman Raiders 51-26. Timberlake over Potter County 44-8. Tucker Kraft scores 2 touchdowns for the Packers. Timberlake rolls up the score on the Potter County Battlers. Go figure on that one. So upcoming for the Governors, it'll be Spearfish at home. The home finale, it's going to be senior night next Friday night, and it could be the final game of the regulars of the season at Hollister Field for the Governors. They're at Douglas to close out the regular season. Probably, most likely, will not have a home playoff game. So get out and support the Governors. It's going to be a great ball game with the Spearfish Spartans 6-1 coming in to take on the now 3-4 Governors. That's a 6:25 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff next Friday night. But we do have 2 more Governor broadcasts coming up tomorrow. It's boys soccer in the postseason. The Governors go to Sioux Falls Lincoln to play the Patriots, 7 seed at number 2 seed. And that is scheduled for a 1 o'clock kickoff. Justin Cowart will head to Sioux Falls, and he'll have a 12:30 pregame. That game is going to be on the AM side, 1060 KGFX. Here on River 92.7, it'll be another installment of Governor Volleyball, when the Governors host Aberdeen Central, and we'll be on the air at 1 o'clock with the pregame, 1:30 first serve tomorrow. There's Governor Volleyball Thursday as well against Yankton at home, and if the Governor soccer team happens to win tomorrow, they will host, or I should say they will play a semifinal game on Tuesday as well. Aside from that, take a look at other Governor action. Sports cross country runs ESD at Huron tomorrow, and then they've got another Huron Invitational on Thursday coming up. Brandon Valley, the host of the next competitive cheer and dance event, which will be on Thursday. State coming up at Rapid City on October 26th. That's next couple of Saturdays from now. And again, the state tournament for the golf team, they finish a shot behind Watertown and had a second place finish earlier in the week. Governor girls tennis finishing 6th at the state A tournament. And that's it for Governor Sports. But once again, tomorrow volleyball on River 92.7 in the early afternoon. Playoff soccer on KGFX. Final thoughts from Trent Merkwan on this one. The important thing is a win is a win is a win, and the Govs got that tonight.
Yeah, you know, they had to win tonight. You know, you can't lose 5 straight and do anything in the playoffs or expect to do anything in a playoff run. You know, the Spearfish game is exciting to me next week. You know how you know that program, the Spearfish program, has been on the bottom for years, yeah. And it's exciting to see them 6-1. And I'm glad they're coming to Pierre, and it could be a really fun game. Hopefully we play a little better. We got to play a whole half like we played the second half. I mean, a whole game like we played the second half against Spearfish in order to have a chance.
They'll be the favorite team in that.
Oh,
they're
definitely.
going to be coming in expecting to win, and they, 4 years ago and 103-0 still fresh in their minds too.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not going to win. They're not going to win 103-0, but they're going to try to score as many points as they possibly can. Yes. You can bank on that. Trent, thanks for the help tonight. Caleb Brozick running camera for Live Ticket. You can rewatch this one at drgnews.com and the DRG News app and the River 92.7 page. William Wilson running the show in studio. A final reminder on behalf of the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. They remind us all that buckling up is the best way to save a life in a crash. Do it for your friends and family. We've all got some place to be. Until we speak with you again, Justin Cowart on Governor Soccer from Sioux Falls, Lincoln tomorrow at 12:30 on KGFX. Hope you can join us here as well for Governor Volleyball at 1 o'clock with the pregame. They host Aberdeen Central. We'll talk to you then. I'm Brian Oakland. The Governors win on the final score of the Gales Gas Service scoreboard tonight. Pierce 17 and the Sturgis Scoopers 14. Have a great rest of this Friday, everybody. Thanks for joining us. This is Pierre Governor Football, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.